Transition. All right. Good evening, everybody. How you guys doing tonight? Tonight, we are at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 300 miles around the track. We're not doing the 600. Thank God we're not doing 600. Thank the Lord. We would be here for a long time. We needed to start that like early this afternoon if we did that. But 300 miles around this track, plenty of time for some exciting racing and good pack racing here. I ran the 600 and it was a lot of fun.
I actually ran a 600 on Saturday, and I had a blast. And you know what? There was only about 20 of us, but we only had 3 cautions, believe it or not, outside of the stage laps. And unfortunately, I was 2 of those 3, but but either way, it wasn't bad. And I ended up finishing 12th out of the 20 guys, so I was happy with that. That's good for me.
Yeah, that's great finish there. And you know what? Tonight is the last day before the big update. Tomorrow, iRacing will be updating, refreshing NASCAR. I believe they're doing like a tire refresh and some other physics refresh. So be exciting to see how that changes. I know the setups are going to have to change a lot. But this is kind of like the last hurrah for this build of iRacing. And I know there's a lot going on as far as switching back to Crown Jewel. The specific details I'm not 100% aware of, but I know Corey is cooking something. But none. Sorry, go ahead.
He is. He's been very busy. He's got a lot of things going on. A lot of requests from different people. He does, and you know, one thing that he did bring up is, there's been a lot of discussion, a lot of people talking about starting a like 2000s era IndyCar series. So, you know, hopefully we can get more guys. If you're interested at home, you know, come join the league and check it out, because, you know, that would be a lot of fun. But we finally got qualifying ready.
Actually, we just wrapped up qualifying. We're already gridded. So looking here through the starting lineup. On the pole tonight, Hunter Bogdan in the 86 machine with a 29.379. P2, Caleb Sheets. In the 26 car, Stephen Carlisle, P3. Zach Johnson, P4. Josh Stoltz, P5. Noah Hunt, P6. Corey Mott, 7th. Caleb Carter, 8th. Jay Salmon, 9th. Nick Vasquez, 10th. Tyler Krozak, 11th. Michael Deitch, 12th. Aiden Cobarrubia, 13th. Ted Lisby, 14th. Joe Wright, 15th. Garth Griswold, 16th. Joe Gibbons, 17th. Jim Mott, 18th spot. Tyler Bellinger, 19th spot. Jonathan Ligier, 20th. Hudson Sangster, which is a name I haven't called.
Yeah, we got a newbie.
Yeah, a newbie. So he'll be starting in the 21st spot. Good spot to be. Kind of keep an eye on the field. See how the guys do ahead of him. But we are rolling off now.
Papa Mott having a pretty decent qualifying run. Actually tangled with him last night during the truck race. And then Ryan Taft took me out coming off of turn 4. We discussed it earlier, but it's okay. He apologized to me. And
you said you took me out.
I did. I got myself in a habit of coming down off the wall, and Ryan was the victim of that last night. But it was my first time back on a super speedway in a long time. Had a blast, and looking forward to it again in my Robert Huffman throwback number 12 Toyota pickup truck. And we are getting ready to go green.
Yes, we are. His car should be turning down pit lane here.
Track time at the start of the race is 82 degrees, so it'll probably be going down from here.
All right. Yeah, it looks like we have a bit of shade already, but green flags in the air. Hunter Bogdan across that start-finish line on the inside. 2x2 heading into corner 1 here.
Let me tell you something, folks. When you're live at this race and they take off into that first corner and come rumbling down the back straightaway like this, it is deafening loud. It is such an amazing feeling. I got to experience it this past year at this race, and right now you're seeing the field come out of turns 3 and 4, too wide except for the leader Bogdan coming out front, and we saw a little bit of smoke in the back. Everybody seems to keep it together. But right now, it looks like Bogdan, Sheets, and Carlisle are going to be your top 3 down in that bottom lane, trying to pull away a little bit. Johnson running high on the outside line, trying to get that momentum. See if he can get the run on the outside. He's starting to and get the draft in front of him. Starting to go 2 by 2 from the first row back to about the third, and almost 3 wide there.
Yeah, gotta be careful coming out of 4 into that wall. You see, who's that got into the wall there? Carlisle?
I think that might have been Carlisle. And whoa, Vasquez with that momentum almost ran into the back of Noah Hunt in that 35 car. Luckily, they were able to get that straightened out pretty quick.
And
coming off the back straightaway. Yeah,
that was not Carlisle. That was, I believe that was Caleb Carter that got into the wall. Had a Mike Joy moment there.
Everybody seems to be getting it together right now. They're starting to stretch out a little bit. Wow, man, that was close towards the back. That 66 car running real tight, it looks like. I don't know if he's struggling through the corner or what there, but it looked like that front end wants to wash out on him. Everybody's having trouble coming off the corners. You see him wiggling inside right now with Caleb Carter trying to catch up to the back of that 22 car of Nick Vasquez, who was involved in a very controversial issue last week. I'm not too happy with that 22. So,
I don't think many people are happy with it.
Yeah, well, I'll deal with him later.
Don't get Nick's mom riled up in the chat now.
No, Nick's mom loves me and she knows I love her, but I'm going to speak the truth when it's time to speak. But anyways, up front, it's the 26 car of Caleb Sheets. He wasn't here last week, came back again, and we got everybody going wild towards the back there.
Yeah, Corey Mott just went really high through 3 and 4, able to keep it out of the wall. Almost got loose down the track, but able to keep all 4 tires underneath him. Top 4 about all single file. Top 5 actually looking like they're getting settled in nicely, but there is a lot of pack racing as we move back to the mid pack of this race here. Have Noah Hunt up towards the wall. Michael Deitch also running that higher line. Just got to be very careful coming out of 4 if you're running that high line, not to tag that wall.
Covarrubias struggling to stay in that top 10 right now. Kryzczyk has made his move. He's up in the top 10, up a couple of positions. He's building up the momentum into his car. I think he's got a pretty good hot rod right now, and I do not think that his qualifying run was indicative of how good his car is. So keep an eye on that 48 car for later on. We might even bring him up to the booth, see what he's doing inside that car, because he's been extremely fast the last bunch of races. And you saw that on the outside, a couple of cars hitting the wall there. I'm not sure who that was. I think that might have been, is that the 68 car of Bogdan?
68
Bogdan struggling. Oh, Covarrubias.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bogdan in the 86.
Oh, the 86.
Yeah.
I'm not dyslexic at all, am I? Hello.
So still green coming to line here for lap 9. A lot of tight racing, though Caleb Sheets enjoying a nice little lead, though nothing crazy like we saw last week at Kansas, where we saw the leader kind of get out into open space rather quickly. Carlisle right there on his bumper. Corey
Back
Mott,
in the field, right? Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say Corey Mott leading these two. Bogdan to the outside of Joe Hunt, I believe, in the Krispy Kreme car. They're going to clear each other.
My favorite car, of course. I love me some donuts. Retired law enforcement.
Especially when they're hot and ready. Those things just like slide down easy. You can pull it away.
Oof.
That's the best time to go, is when they have that hot and ready sign on.
Yeah.
I remember back in the college day, the best 3 weeks of my life, we used to get glazed donuts and put a hamburger right in the middle. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
That little sliver of Spam. That's how I used to live back in college back in the day. Coming down lap 11. These guys are flying along the bottom line there.
Yeah,
I could hear everybody at home moan when they heard me say that about Spam. What's he talking about? I know, yeah, it was gross, but I still love it. We'll do it still today.
And we did just see Michael Deitch in the 57 slide underneath Caleb Carter there. He's up 7 spots, so great start of the race for him. Nick Vasquez up 6 spots to P4 here, so another car that started strong. I know Nick, someone mentioned that Nick really likes Charlotte, so hoping for a good finish.
He does. Oh, I'll tell you what.
Go ahead, Bill.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
In a way, Charlotte does run like Texas, so I can see where he likes it.
Yeah, play. You should have a big shark fin on the side of that thing, or a picture of Bruce from Jaws on the front of that thing, because if you're watching what he's doing, he is meticulously picking off every guy in front of him. He's got a good hot rod today, and I'm not surprised because I know he tested well. This is one of his favorite tracks, and he's mentioned it before, so he's going to be very strong. Right now he's just hanging out in fourth, and I bet you he's not even thinking about pushing his car yet. Behind him is Deitch. Deitch has been very fast so far this race. He's moved on up into the 5th spot.
Taylor Sheets gets loose there. He's still collecting up into the wall. Sheets hard up into the wall. Carlisle has to drive down the track to avoid it. And that allows some cars to slip ahead there as Josh Stoltz up to the lead. Nick Vasquez to P2. Deitch now sitting P3. And Sheets drops back to P7. So you saw Sheets barely tag the apron there and drove it up into the wall, trying to keep that race car under control. So hopefully he doesn't have much damage on that thing, but he did take a little bit of a lick there. We'll see if that car comes back to him.
Yeah, he's still struggling right now, and it's early in the race, lap 15. If he can just hang on to that lead lap, we're going to get a caution, or the stage, he's going to get in there for the pits, and I think he's going to have plenty of time to get him out front. It just looked like he may have gotten loose coming out of the corner, and in these cars with that diffuser on the bottom, as soon as you start to get loose and you break that suction, man, you hope there's a wall there to keep you from going around.
And Stoltz is looking underneath Vasquez through 3 and 4. He's just hunting for this lead here. 16 laps into this first stage of 45 laps. Already seeing a lot of hard racing. But temperatures aren't too bad right now, so there's a lot of speed on this racetrack, a lot of grip. See guys making aggressive moves. See Deitch look underneath the 43 here.
Frozik picking up another position up in the 4th spot now. Man, these guys are ripping off some pretty good laps, but we were just talking about it a few minutes before. Not surprising to see that 22 car up there. It's going to be interesting to see what happens if that 48 car gets to the back of the 22. Now, we saw the 22 pull some shenanigans that were unnecessary on the 48 car, and they got together early in the race, and it was just should have been just left alone. But
yeah, for now for now it's been a clean battle between the two, both showing a lot of speed. We'll go on board with Stoltz here, sitting in P2. See how he's running this line here. He is having some dirty air from the 22 he has to navigate, but behind him no pressure, so he's able to run his line here.
Stoltz is one of those drivers that we see up front every single week, and just hasn't been able to have that little bit of luck to push him over the finish line yet. So him being out front in 2nd spot early in the race, not surprising. Hopefully he can get a little bit of lady luck to keep him up there. There are so many cars in this top 10 that, even beyond that, I want to see win and have the capability of winning. I mean, we've talked about so many cars, so many drivers this year. One car that I'm really surprised at right now is Lisby back in the 18th spot. I don't know if he had some trouble and got some damage. I figured this would be one of Lisby's tracks. See him flying. Vasquez looking strong, and he's flying through his line. If you look at his corner, how consistent he is. kind of likes that middle lane, dropping down to the stripe on exit. Right now, he's full throttle, and he's just pointing that thing straight and holding on for dear life, catching the top gear and flying down the back straightaway. Stoltz is sticking with him, and that 48 car up one more spot now. Him and Deitch going at it back and forth. So a lot of cars moving around right now. Oh,
it's
who was
57
that?
And Deitch coming out of the quarter, a little bit loose out of 4. Able to keep the car collected, though. Good save by the 57.
Man, I'll tell you what, if I'm driving that car, we just had the big one. I don't know how he held on to that thing the way he did. Well, look at the top 3 now, kind of squirting away grills to gas holes as they head on to 3 and 4. A little bit of a gap before we see Carlisle and Carter, and even that's got a little bit of a gap.
Yeah,
one car way up high right there. Who's that? On the outside, it is Steve Hunt. Oh, and behind Hunt, another car got loose.
Yeah, I believe that was Bellinger behind him. He didn't have the best qualifying. Bellinger's been pretty fast most places we've gone, so interesting to see him start far back like that. But up 6 spots, expect to see him move forward throughout this thing.
Oh, absolutely, especially
back up to the front. Sorry, see the 43 side by side with the 22 going 3 and 4. He's going to get cleared by the 22, but quick underneath move by the 43 there. 22 is electing to run that lane up option, which is showing a lot of speed on exit, but might be wearing those tires a little bit quicker than the 43, who's been wrapping pretty much this entire run here.
Yeah, but him making that maneuver has allowed TK to move right up behind him, and him and Stoltz are going to be battling even harder right now. I think TK is just kind of waiting to see if what Stoltz is going to do, which direction. He's going to be loyal to Stoltz. I don't care if it's a Ford, Toyota, Volkswagen, or whatever have you. He's going to go with Stoltz, not Vasquez. So
yeah. You see Sheets trying to fight back into this thing. Had that early loose car up into the wall. Don't know if those tires have finally cooled off. He's moving back, but collectively down 4 spots from the start of this thing. Obviously, great start to the race. Took the lead early from Bogdan, but just had that one mistake, and he's going to have to fight his way back up to the front.
Yeah, but, Stoltz is an experienced driver. He's won a couple of races this year. He's already locked in. He really doesn't have anything to lose in any of these races. So what he's going to do right now after touching the wall is he's going to try to get up as close as he can, trying to get as many bonus points as he can for that playoff time. And you know what? The guy hit the wall, fell back to what, 10th or 11th? And then now is flying his way back up. Like I said, my night would have been over. And he didn't hit the wall once either. He hit it a couple of times. And if you look at how close to get to that wall, Vasquez starting to take that higher line now, while Stoltz is taking the lower line. They come out. I think what that's going to do is punch even a bigger hole for TK to move up. But Carlisle's now moved up on the back of the 48 car. Hey, I kind of like using that TK. It kind of works. It's a lot easier than my Boston accent trying to say Kreisek. I'm just kidding, Tyler. I'm still going to call you TK. Sheets may have burnt up a little bit more of his stuff, starting to fall back just a little. No, actually, no, he moved up a spot. He's doing okay. Salmon in the 67 car. We haven't talked about him all night tonight. He's been kind of quiet, hanging around. He moved up a couple of spots, fell back a couple of spots, moved up a couple of spots. I think he's just trying to set himself up to the end of the stage, and we're a little over halfway before the end of the stage. So everybody's starting to pray right now for a caution flag or something, but nobody wants to be the caution flag. These cars will make it on 45 laps on tires and fuel, although they're going to be kind of loose with the tires at the end of 45 laps. So that's where the experience is gonna help some of these top 3 drivers: Vasquez, Stoltz, and TK. Carlisle, Carter, and Johnson. Sheets, Salmon, Hunt, and Deitch are top 10 right now. Ballinger making his way forward. I don't know what he did, but now he's broken into the top 10 right now. Mott back there in 12th. Joe Wright, the Donut Man, Captain Smooth, he's in 13th. Pappamont himself, Lisby, Gibbons, Camarubia, and Griswold, your top 18. Bogdan and Ledger back in the bottom 2 positions. Bogdan, man, he fell back so hard. He must have really damaged his car a lot more than we thought.
Yeah, because I mean, he was on the pole.
Yeah.
He got a world black flag from that whole shakeup with Sheets.
Oh, from driving through the pits, maybe?
No, so if you were to cut that little chicane there on the front stretch, it gives you a world black flag. Like you're cutting the course.
Oh.
So that's why he's so far back.
Oh, man.
Oh, there you go. From the boss in the booth, right out of his mouth, he just told you the truth. Bogdan got a little spanking. Now he's back in the pack. Not a big... You know what? I mean, Bogdan's experience, he's just going to end up wait for the end of the stage, get his stuff, and then move his way forward, catch up to everybody. So that's not the end of Bogdan. We have a lot of fast cars towards the back of this place that once we get a pit stop or two and they get damage fixed, they're going to be rifling through that field. So keep an eye on that 86. Also keep an eye on the 68 of Cabarrubia, because we know he's fast. We've seen him a bunch of times before. And Jim Mott right there last night. Man, we got together. Couldn't believe it. We were kind of both going for the same real estate. You know how it is?
Side by side through 3 and 4 here. Stoltz is inching him out of 4, but Vasquez has some momentum on the high side, able to clear Stoltz again. So Stoltz really fishing for that pass on the inside, just not able to come up with anything quite yet. He's going to keep trying as we have about 10 laps left in this first stage now.
TK moving that high line, trying to get a little momentum coming down that back straightaway. He's moved right up into the back side of Stoltz.
He's right there.
And,
yeah.
Man, he's getting a little bit of that draft. There is drafting here at Charlotte. You can get some draft. And that's what he's doing right there, moving up, setting him up for the corner. Stoltz gets loose, and that gives TK the opportunity to go below. Going to head off into turn 2, and it's going to be TK by
He's going to have to block him. Yeah, he's going to slide up in front of Stoltz here.
Slide up.
Krozak takes the second spot.
Yeah, Stoltz realizes that it's early, and you know it's better off just to let him go. And now he's going to start working on the back of TK, and he's going to try to do the same maneuver. We're winding down laps right now. 10 laps to go to the end of this stage, and this is kind of like the mini race in between.
Stoltz up into the wall there.
Yeah, Stoltz just. I don't know if do you think maybe he just got too close to TK and it kind of took the wind off his nose and put him up in the wall?
Oh, guaranteed.
I don't know, but I don't know if you guys remember last week, but Krozak and Vasquez kind of had a couple of run-ins with each other, but now they're battling side by side for the lead. You're coming to the end of the first stage. About 10 laps left. These guys, hopefully they race clean tonight, but we definitely saw a lot of jabs thrown last week.
Yeah. So looks like these guys, I mean, they're going to race each other. They know it's a different week, different race, but right now, TK is really pushing the issue. Where did this kid come from?
Vasquez gets the crossover here. Looking on the inside now. He has the momentum on the outside. Goes down. He's riding that stripe. Going to slide up ahead to TK there. Now I'm saying TK.
TK doing the crossover again.
Yeah, they're just swapping back and forth.
Yeah, these guys are going at it right now.
Fighting for the lead here.
Wow, you know, where did TK come from? I don't know what happened to this kid, but last year to this year, the difference in his driving skill, his speed, everything about whatever he's doing this year, send it my way because I need some serious help. But that 48 car right now is flying. Drive it like you stole it, kid. Here comes Vasquez on the 22 car, trying to move up behind him, but he's just not going to be able to get that draft. Vasquez's car is really tight right now, and he can't keep it down, especially when he's behind. Yeah, absolutely. Once he gets behind a car, he just cannot hold on to it. Carlisle starting to move into Vasquez. He's starting to smell blood in the water. Behind him is Stoltz. Stoltz and Carlisle, they work together. They're going to be able to work by Vasquez in that 22 car. But you know what? It's easy to say. It's easy to catch Vasquez. It's harder to pass him. So let's keep an eye on this
goes the outside of Stoltz here. He has a great run off of 4. He's able to completely clear the 43 there. 43 might have got a little bit loose underneath him. But the 45 car is showing a lot of speed on that high line. He's already side by side with Carlisle now, moving in 3rd position.
Look at him go, Shorty, 45. Johnson right now
pushing the 22 down the backstretch. He's looking on the inside now. He's going to dive underneath the 22 of Vasquez, and he's probably going to clear him coming out forward.
He is. Look at him. The little man moving his way up. I say little man, I'm kidding you. This kid is tall. He's so tall that his pronouns are fee, fi, fo, fum. Right now, he's running in seconds, just battling with Vasquez. Vasquez takes... Man, these guys, they're swapping positions so fast I can't even keep up with them. But all that's doing is allowing that 48 car to creep away with only 4 laps to go. So he loves seeing that. But behind that 48 car, here comes Johnson. And Johnson is driving fast. Yeah, he's looking like Ricky Bobby back there. He's driving it hardcore, getting a good drive off the corners. I don't know if he was saving and all of a sudden decided to light the fire or what, but he is flying right now.
You see him running a little bit of a different line than TK there, running the higher line. He's going to have momentum coming off too. But Zach Johnson ran the fastest lap for the past 3 laps now, and he was passing people. So about 3 laps left in this first stage. It's going to be a tight one coming down to the green checkered flag. But a lot of late run pace for the 45 here. Sorry, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I don't think if he catches the 48 car, he's still going to pass him. And I think that's going to be harder to do than catching him. But he's starting to reel him in pretty good. Got a really good drive off that corner right now. And he's within a couple of car lengths. Definitely getting a little bit of a draft coming down that straightaway. But I think this lower line is starting to work for Johnson. He must have saved because his car is working real low right now. Real good down low. And TK has to work up high.
Yep, coming across the line, lap 44 and 45, so 2 more laps here. See Johnson move up the track. He's going to try to run behind TK here, going through 1 and 2. He's going to have the speed off the corner, trying to close his gap.
He's trying, but the problem is these cars are so horrible when they get behind each other. I don't think he's going to get it done this lane. 1 or 2 more laps, and Tyler's going to have his hands full. But these guys are running really fast together. Notice the gap they put on the cars behind them. And Vasquez and Carlisle are having a pretty good battle right now. And here it is, the 48 car just getting enough of that drive down the back straightaway. Yeah. He's got a car length or 2 going down. They're going to set each other up for turn 3 and 4. And this is where the stage is going to be won. Right now, TK running that middle line, and he's running really well through that middle line. He's going to have the momentum. Johnson is not going to be able to get him.
Man, that was close.
Yeah, he tried.
You have to race till a 10th position car comes across line, which just happened.
Oh, that's right too. So Johnson is gonna get the stage win. Oh man, I don't know. They're going back and forth. Okay.
The 48 will, because that's how they cross the line.
Okay. All right. So the 48 car will win the stage. Man, this kid.
Ooh.
He is fast tonight in that 48 car.
Yep, did a good job holding off Johnson. Now thinking ahead to the 3rd stage where, you know, obviously a much longer run there. You saw the 45 show a lot of speed later in the run. So Johnson has been performing very well for the past several weeks. Look for that car to be running strong here as we move into the evening. But great job by the 48 car to hold him off for the stage points, playoff points, and the stage win there.
You know what? Let him pit. Let's get his butt up here. Let's talk to him and find out what's going on with him.
All right. Let me see if he's in.
Getting ready to come into the pits. Let them do their pit thing, and then while they're doing the pace lap, we'll have plenty of time. Peeling off the track down pit road. Everybody's going to be coming. Man, bad time to be. Oh, you see a couple of cars getting back of each other back there. Some brakes and everything else. Everybody's having. Now, this is going to be where it gets dangerous. You don't want to clip the guy in front of you and spin out. Once you cross that line and you're in the pits, you pretty much can just run right through the car in front of you as you see. But before you touch that line, you can still spin somebody out. So you got to be careful. Every car. And whoa, look at that.
Yep, so Krozak will come out P1, Johnson P2, Vasquez P3. We'll get Tyler in the booth here for just a second. Tyler, in the booth, you got us?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Hey man, so great drive to bring home the win for that first stage there. Was that about everything you had left in that car, or were you pretty comfortable holding off Johnson there?
Honestly, I didn't really see him till like 5 to go. I didn't really see. I thought it was still either Josh or Nick behind me. But I know Zach. Zach dropped back pretty quickly, so I know he's one of the best in this league at saving his tires. So he's definitely gonna be one to watch out for. But yeah, no, that was pretty much all I had. Like I was coming out of 4, I got really loose, and glad I hung on to it. But yeah, it was nice. I believe this is my first stage win of the year. So
yeah, congrats for that, and good job getting by the 22 cleanly. That's we were all kind of holding our breaths to see what was gonna happen. But
no, guys... I'm here to race clean. I've learned my lesson multiple times about everything about racing dirty, and I've paid the price. So I'm here to race clean, and I'm here to be fast.
Yeah, well, that's why you got the stage. But we also have a new nickname for you. We're gonna call you TK from now on. So
TK, all right, I like it.
And it's kind of spreading. Everybody in the booth kind of has caught on to it, so it works pretty good. Yeah, and you know, man, I don't know what's up with you lately, but you've been driving fast, and I mean, like, you've been driving like you got a pound of the devil's lettuce in the back seat of your car, and you got state troopers behind you. You have been ripping.
Yeah, maybe I do. Maybe that's the whole reason.
Well, hey man, good luck for the rest of the race. Get ready, going green in a few minutes. So good luck to you, kid. Keep going.
Thank you.
Don't hit the wall out of 4.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was Tyler Krozak, or TK, driver of the 48 car, winner of stage 1. He'll be starting P1 to start stage 2 here. Johnson P2 on his outside. Carlisle, he started behind Krozak in the bottom there, with Vasquez 1 lane up from him. So pace car lights are off. We'll be turning down pit lane this time by, and we'll wait on the restart and go on our way for stage 2. No cautions in stage 1, obviously, other than the stage break, but hoping to see much more green flag racing here. His pace car is off down pit lane, waiting on the restart by Krozak, entering the restart zone, and he is off there with Carlisle stuck to the back there. Great jump by the 81 and 48. That outside lane a little bit slower there to get going. See cars stacking up just a bit, but keeping it up front here.
Oh, these guys are pushing it real hard in the middle of the pack. I know I didn't just see bump.
There goes Jim Mott underneath the 77. A father passing his son on the inside. Though he's up into the wall. He's into the wall. Jim Mott, no. I was gassing him up, man.
Oh no!
Papa. We're still wrecking. Oh, and Jim Mott around, Bogdan around.
Oh man,
that was my fault. I got so excited that he passed Corey that.
Oh man. Oh, I would have loved to have seen that. Not sure what happened, but that's a bummer, man. I really.
Yep. So you see Jim Mott there in the center of your screen. He's looking under the 77 here. Corey Mott up top. Jim Mott goes underneath there. He just got tight. Cold tires.
Man,
just rode the dog leg around.
And he drove that thing in deeper than Ocean Gate. That thing, he went in there full bore. I think Corey duped him. I think when he went by Corey let off the gas a little bit, and I think that threw off his timing, and he just said, "Hold my beer," and sent her in there. And unfortunately, it just didn't stick coming off the corner.
Yeah, and Bogdan has some damage there in the front right. He's probably gonna come down pit lane and get that looked at.
Yeah, Bogdan, man, I think he must have gone ballistic inside a room of mirrors or something, because he has had some bad luck in tonight's race.
And we just got word the 42 car Hudson Sangster for his very first rookie race. He said he left the Talladega set on his cars, so he had
no.
Oh man, that
Oh.
sucks. Yeah,
Man.
I don't think that would pass.
You know, hey, listen, buddy, don't worry about it. Come back tomorrow night, and I'll tell you why. Because when I money shifted at Talladega, my partner in crime on the broadcast repeatedly showed it, so everybody knew that I money shifted. Don't feel bad about it.
I was just doing my due diligence to investigate the incident.
Yeah, that's like getting caught kissing your cousin. It's just so uncomfortable you don't know what to do.
Don't you got a replay of that, Thomas?
Do I have the replay? It's out there somewhere.
I'm sure somewhere's on YouTube.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. That's the 48 car. Okay, I see what's going on here. I just looked up real quick and I saw it said he was in the pits, and I was like, wait a minute. Thought I was saying things. Now, right where they're crossing right now, that's where our seats were at this race. Just right where that second little triangle began. Amazing seats. You could see the whole entire track. It was so cool.
All right, and we're gonna do a crank it up out of this restart here. How about that? Sound good?
Sounds like a plan. Up front, you're going to have TK, Johnson, Carlisle, Vasquez, Lisby, Salmon, Deitch, Mott, Stoltz, and Wright. Your top 10 going into this restart. Going down that long back straightaway. Now, this jumbo screen on the back straightaway is amazing. We could actually see it from across the street where we were tailgating. So it was, it's pretty amazing.
That is cool.
Such a cool track. Yeah. This is one of those tracks where it's great to go to because you can actually visually see the speed of these cars. So let's go to green, crank it on up.
All right, coming out of the crank it up. Sorry to go from like very loud to very quiet, but just the way I had it set up there. But up front, we have Carlisle and Vasquez fighting for the lead here. Vasquez looking underneath the 81 through 3 and 4. Carlisle able to run that comfortable high lane that he often enjoys running there.
Carlisle is like the master of the high line. Seems like wherever we go, and this is one of the things we discussed last week when we were talking about this race. When is Carlisle going to go upstairs? I think that outside line, man, in real life when we were there, once that sun started to go down and the track cooled off, that's when the outside lane really started to go. Although it was a cloudy day, but it was still hot. It was really when that cloud cover started to cool things off that those cars started whipping around that outside line. So let's see if that's what's happening. But already we see Carlisle making his way up top. Now, up top usually grinds those tires down a little bit faster. Don't you agree, Thomas?
Yep, definitely heats them up, though, with the track temp. What's the track temp, Tev?
Track temp is currently 83 degrees.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can get away with kind of using the tires early, running that higher side, especially when there's as much grip as there is in the track now. So normally, yes, especially on a hot surface, running the high lane early in the run would be detrimental to your pace long term. But as we see here, it's paying off a lot for the 22 there.
And that 81 car of Carlisle running really low. You see, like, oh man, right there, those
touch
two
the
tires.
Line. Don't want to touch the line.
They gave a little wiggle and a jiggle and a hope and a prayer, and he was somehow able to hang on to that.
So correction, you can touch the line, just you don't want to go below it, or else that sort of thing happens.
Bad things happen.
Yeah, you can touch that line the same way you can touch an electric fence, real fast and on the move. Right now up front, the battles for second place. Carlisle and TK going at it. I think, TK's car seems to work better after running about 25 or 30 laps. So we'll see if he can improve a little bit later on. But he's in a perfect position right now. He doesn't need to win every stage. He just needs to hang out up front until about lap 190, then make his move. Behind him, though, look at this. Everybody's running grills to gassos as they go down the back straightaway. This group of cars is starting to get racy right here. Perfect spot. The 88 of Ballinger, he came out of nowhere, and so hasn't Lisby. We were talking about Lisby earlier, how really surprised that he was towards the back of the pack. Now we see him starting to work his way up with the 88 car.
Ballinger up 12 spots.
Yep. Yeah, and so hasn't Lisby. Lisby was way back and towards the back as well. Unfortunately, Bogdan is down 10 laps right now, unfortunately. Griswold is down 1 lap, so he's going to get the lucky dog if everything goes well as of right now. But as you see, that cloud cover is starting to cover pretty much everything but the front straightaway. That's going to give those corners a little bit more grip. A little bit more grip means a little bit more speed coming out of the corners, going down the back straightaway. So watch our lap times to go forward. Starting to fan out right now. Big old choo-choo train going all the way around this track with these cars right now. Vasquez still setting the pace out front. And behind him, about 0.3 seconds away, is Carlisle, the 81 car. TK is following closely behind him. Johnson and Salmon are going to be your top 5. Come through that tri-oval. The one thing about the tri-oval here, it doesn't seem to be as deadly as it is at like Atlanta. For some reason, Atlanta, that tri-oval is like a death sentence. Just everybody wrecks right there. Here, it's a little bit better.
It does seem more forgiving here than it does at Atlanta. Sometimes it can be pretty deadly at Texas also.
Yeah, Texas, especially in the Indy cars or open wheel cars.
Yeah.
Real squirrely right there. One thing about racing at Texas and in the Indy cars is just you're whipping off laps so fast. It's almost like a short track. And you're full throttle pretty much the whole way. But look at these two going at it. Joe Wright and Michael Deitch going at it nose to tail right there. Looking in front of them, Ballinger, that 88 car moving up, and Salmon, that 67 car. We talked about him earlier. He's starting to move his way forward, looking pretty racy right now. He's starting to catch up to Stoltz just a bit.
Caleb Carter looking underneath Carver Rubio here, though gets a little bit loose underneath the 68. Not able to complete the pass there. But who's that up into the wall a little bit? Might have been 44 Lisby that got.
That was Lisby, yeah.
Allowing Mott
I was gonna say. Yeah, he got up in the wall and that allowed Mott to go in. He might have a little bit of damage right there because he really didn't hit that very solid on the door. It was more towards the front and the back, so he might have some damage. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to him, but he is falling real fast right now.
Yeah, and Josh Stoltz just made the pass on Carlisle there for P4 as we see a car through the infield. I believe that's Deitch. And the 57 got loose out of 4, collected the car down into the infield. Hopefully he's not flagged for that, but you never know.
No, he wasn't flagged for it because it's not coming up.
Okay.
That'll make you need some nitro pills. I got my heart skipping. Look at these guys running side by side. I don't know if I want to be running 3 wide right there. Just kind of be a little bit more patient. Hang on. There you go. Thank you for doing that. 88 car going around the outside to make that pass. Now trying to move up with the 67. It seems like these two guys are working together a little bit.
Yep, Chase Hammond up to P5. Good drive for him tonight.
We haven't talked about him lately. He's been, again, one of those guys that seems to get caught up in other people's mess. I know last week with somebody else losing their temper, you know, kind of caused a little bit of a ruckus, and I think he was part of that. So he's been a victim of a lot of things, and we're actually getting to see how fast he can be in that 67 car, and he's kind of just snuck right up top there. But now we're starting to see 88 car and that Ballinger working his way up. Being out front so far has proven to be... Whoa! Was that DK that just brushed the wall there?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. But he hit it on the door. He's fine. He's just going up, putting a little graffiti up there.
Yeah, just a little kiss.
Can't imagine what he just yelled into his helmet. I know what I would have yelled going into that helmet. It ain't suitable for a broadcast, I can tell you that much. Right now, Vasquez really hasn't moved away at all. You think after that, and oh, look at this. Oh, caution comes out. Just as TK makes the move on Vasquez, the caution comes out, and that is the number 57 of Michael Deitch. Oof. Wow. Once again, the bad light strikes. He was battling the outside of the 37. 37 gets a little squirrely. Oh, I wonder if they both took the air off of each other, because it seemed like both of them got squirrely. It looked like the 37 wobbled a little bit on the bottom line, and I did see the 57 bobble on the outside line. So I wonder if there was a little bit of netcode maybe, or just taking the air off each other. Let's see here.
Air off the 57 when the 37 was moving up.
So, yeah, see that? Yeah, it looked like the 37 just got a little wobbly down below, moved up the track, didn't touch Deitch, but that upset his car just enough to make him spin. That's how sensitive these cars are. Like I said, once you break that suction with the diffuser on the bottom of these cars, man, it's all done. Can we go, let's go on the front of a car and let's see if we can get a good camera shot of what the diffuser actually is for the people at home. Let's see if we can do that on the next, once we come back from the next pit stops. Everybody's lined up. See if there's a view where we can show that.
You said the rear diffuser?
Yeah, see if we can show them what a rear diffuser is.
Let's see what we got. Maybe
like
Chase?
Right there, the 37 car is getting a little bit squirrely. But that black piece on the bottom of the car, right underneath the bumper, you can just barely see it. You see Deitch having to make a move up.
I was trying to do something cool and I did something bad.
Fired. Yeah, look at that.
I was trying to draw on the thing, but it didn't work.
And this is why you're not an artist.
Yeah.
Well.
In Deitch in the chat saying, "My fault completely. I got way loose."
That's how. Talk about bad sportsmanship. Taking responsibility for an accident like that, huh? I like Mike. He's a good guy. We've talked to him before. He's been very fast other places. We'll see him in victory lane by the end of the year. I was being sarcastic, just in case there's any New York Yankees fans out there. I'm sorry, did somebody say something? What?
I'm an Orioles fan.
What's going on?
I'm an Orioles fan.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
They were on a win streak for like 5 games, and then they've lost the last 2 now. I'm like a very casual baseball fan, though, not like... I'm just there for the food, and then I watch baseball.
There you go. I remember that Fenway Park had the best Fenway Franks, best hot dogs. Now they are just expensive and horrible. haven't been to a Red Sox game in years.
Did like a waffle fry with Old Bay and crab, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, 3 cars did not pit, by the way.
Ooh, Ballinger, Carlisle, and Salmon. Yeah, Lisby.
Bellinger, Carlisle, Lisby, and Legger.
Yeah, and that's the problem when that happens is you spin your tires, and we've got a big old kerfluffle on the restart, and we got 4 or 5 wide. Hold on to your popcorn, folks. This can't be good. Ow. Man. Whew. I do not want to be in the middle of that. And look at some of the players we have in the middle of that. The 22, the 45, the 44, the 43.
28 up to the wall there.
Oh, man, not where I want to be. Ledger has older tires, too. That's going to be a disadvantage because with these other cars going around him, it's going to suck the air away from him and make him lose. As Vasquez goes on the outside, perfect spot. Perfect spot for the 22 to go on the outside of Ledger, down the back straightaway. Not where you want to be coming out of 3 and 4. And right now, they are starting to catch up to that 88 car, and they're going to drive right around him. Nothing he can do about it.
Caution's out again.
And we got another caution. And I see Noah Hunt drop it to the field. Oh, Jonathan Ledger.
Oh, and Carlisle, too.
Oh, man. Not where Carlisle wants to be.
See coming through 3 and 4. Carlisle to the bottom there. Ledger floats up, gets into Lisby.
Ooh.
And they just get stacked up.
Oh, man. Yep. Not much you can do about that. That's the difference between old tires and new tires. Carlisle, he's had a tough night.
See anyone underneath Ledger and Lisby there.
Oh, Carlisle, just an innocent victim.
Yeah, that took a lot of good players there.
Yeah.
Was Johnson also involved there?
That he was.
Yeah, man. No. tough to see that because we know he had a fast car, and he had a fast car at the end of a run.
On board with Johnson here.
Oh, it's right in front of him too. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh man!
Carlisle, and you can hear
that
front right tire just hitting the body there.
Yeah, thing's doing the truffle shuffle, trying to get out of turn 3 and turns 1 and 2. Oh, tough break. Was Zach Johnson a huge 22 fan of Joey Logano? Don't say nothing. Just, he likes to keep it quiet, but Johnson is a huge 22 Joey Logano fan. Just want to say that.
Sorry, I'm eating.
What you eating?
A protein bar.
Oh, nice.
Oh boy, a protein bar. Are you going to the gym? If you're not going to the gym, you shouldn't be eating a protein bar.
I am.
You're going to the gym tonight?
Oh no, earlier. Gotta hit the macros.
Yeah, I've been trying to lose weight for my big trip to Alaska. I've lost about 23 pounds so far, and been going to the gym every day, so I'm excited.
You have to build that blubber so you're safe from the elements.
No way.
I got me a good amount of blubber, so I don't got to worry about it.
Oh. I don't want to get into a fist fight with a Yeti out there. Who knows what happens.
I think the 77 Amont has some damage on the front of that race car.
Yes. Good
yes,
indent to it.
Oh, yeah, but you know what, though? It doesn't look that bad to fix. But what's going to be a problem?
9 laps left of the stage, it'll be a good old dogfight.
Have damage too?
No.
Yeah, Vasquez does that. No, that's caved in a little bit, I think. Look at the difference.
Now I can see it doesn't look like it to me.
I'm not sure if he does or not. I get what you're saying. But let's see what happens with these few laps to go. Everybody stacks up again, but that 88 car able to get a pretty good jump right there, even on those old tires. And we've got another crash towards the back. Oh, Stoltz was... Please tell me Stoltz wasn't involved again.
No.
This was in the back here. It looks like...
Oh, yeah, everybody's backing up. Oh, Papa Mott, and it looks like Noah Hunt.
I bet Bogdan's sick of seeing that one car, though.
Bogdan cannot.
That one car has been a missile locking onto the 86 car.
Bogdan is having one of those nights that if he went to the trailer right now, a satellite would fall on it. I mean, he has not... he can't stay out of trouble even if he wants to. It finds him.
Oh. Yeah. Eesh. I think, Hunt just thought they were going and then they weren't.
Yeah. Well.
So by the time we go green again, it'll be about, what, 3 laps in the second stage?
No cautions the first stage. All of a sudden, we're having a lot of fun with all these cautions. And out front, that 88 car, even with the older tires, is still pretty fast. But I think if Vasquez was able to get like a 4 or 5 lap run, I think he'd be able to get around Ballinger with the newer tires. But I don't know if 3 laps is going to be enough. But I think it all depends on how good of a jump that 22 car gets. Oh, something funny just happened.
Well, when the caution came out, Joe should have been the lucky dog, but it didn't give him the lucky dog. so I had to go and wave him around. So he came over saying after years of hard work, it finally happened.
I love Joe Wright. Mr. Smooth. We need to have Joe narrate stories for nap time. He's got that silky smooth voice, doesn't he? Am I right?
Yeah, he does.
Joe's got that voice. It's so smooth, you know? It's like,
yeah.
hey, you know, we ought to have him do like that reading a book or something to help people sleep. No.
I'd totally listen to that.
Have him read the iRacing manual.
And it looks like actually Zach Johnson has left the building, so he's no longer in the race.
Oh man.
Too much damage to that car. Not able to I mean, hey, he has a couple wins. I think he might have 3 wins, right?
Yeah, he's locked in.
He's got 1 or 2.
He's just gonna go and enjoy himself for the rest of the evening instead of having to worry about that damaged car.
Yeah, you know, it's as tall as he is, it's going to take him the next 25 laps just to crawl out of his setup. I'm telling you, this kid, he's huge. He's got to be like 6'2" or 3. He's big. He's a big, tall kid. He's not big as in like sideways. He's very skinny. He's straight up big.
He's tall and gangly, is how I like to say it.
I wouldn't say gangly, because like gangly makes you think like he looks awkward. He doesn't look awkward. He's just like, when you see him, you're like, he's a basketball player. Don't know if he is or not.
Well, I believe a couple of years ago he used to do some like rec league basketball.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
like
surprised.
Pickup games.
Real good kid.
We should be coming back to green now as pace car turns down pit lane, waiting on that 88 car to get us restarted here. For this quick shootout to conclude the second stage, the 88 car Bellinger off across the start finish. Great jump by the 88 machine. 22 slots in just behind him.
All right. Now, let's see what can happen. These guys really want to go green for a while. So after they get these pit stops done, they're going to set their cars up to the end of this race. Hopefully, if they get green flag pit stops, that's when the cream's going to ride to the top. And you're going to see the fast cars like that 48 car move its way back to the front. You're going to see Stoltz up front again. And you're going to see that 77 car that always sneaks up at the end of the race all of a sudden be super fast. So keep an eye on a lot of these cars.
Vasquez makes the inside move there on the front stretch to pass Bellinger for the lead.
Yep.
So just a couple laps left now in the second stage. See if Vasquez can hold off the 43, who's now in position 2.
Yeah, now the 88 car is unfortunately stuck on the outside, which is not where you want to be with the tires like that. And he's going to get ganged up on right here, and he's going to drop a 4 or maybe even 5 spots before the end of the stage. Yeah, great run by Ballinger, though.
Ballinger had old tires on that, so he was just trying to survive to anything, but he does kind of get railroaded there.
Yeah, once it seemed like they got him out of his groove where he didn't have grip. No. Oh, yeah, look there.
Okay, she's just to his inside. Corey Mott around on the front stretch there.
And that should be the end of the stage.
Ooh, yep, that will be the end of the stage.
Yep, I don't even have to tell Julia what to do. I know what she's doing right now.
See 3 wide. Caleb Carter
the top. Carter gives the 88 car a huge man. Oh, goodness gracious. He gave him the chowder right back coming through the tri-oval and sent the 77 flying.
We'll go on board with Noah Hunt. I think the 77 just came down.
Yeah.
It looked like he got tied off a 4 and got the wall or misjudged spacing. And it just sent him right down into Hunt.
Yeah, he kind of deflected off the wall, sent him down the track a bit. Hunt was there.
Either way, you were on board with Hunt. You saw he had no time to react to that either way, so
yeah,
not what he wanted either. Now Hunt, we've seen that Pepsi car up front and running some very fast laps, but this always happens to him. Yeah, nothing Corey could do. Really, that's just how these cars are. Like I said, as soon as that suction from the bottom of those cars with that diffuser, once you lose that suction, it's over.
Any radio chatter on that one, Taft?
It was just Corey apologizing, saying it was his fault.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can come back in the room, Julia. It's safe. You don't have to listen to him. He's okay.
And it looks like we had a couple. So Stoltz looks like he just stopped for 2 tires with about a 10-second pit stop there. So that will put him up in P1.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did Vasquez have a mistake on pit lane there?
Well, you know, can we talk about Stoltz for a second?
I don't know.
Vasquez had some damage because he had 25 seconds. Yeah, he was getting that front splitter fix, the one that I mentioned earlier. So he's back to P9 now. Nothing horrible. P9 is not that bad, but he loses the lead on pit road there.
Yeah, but the kid from Texas will be flying right up front, though. Not a big deal for him. But let's talk about Stoltz for a second, taking 2 tires.
Yeah.
I mean, how did he stop the last pit stop as well?
He's pitted
in that
3
case,
times.
Okay, so if he pitted just before the end of the stage, we had that caution. If he pitted then for 4 tires and then came out now and just took 2 tires, I can see how that would work. The tire difference isn't going to be that bad. But if his tires were older and he only took 2 and he took a full load of fuel, he's a lot better driver than I am, because I would be all over the place. That car would be so loose for me, I couldn't drive it.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a good call considering the coolness of the track. Might even the amount of looseness that 2-tire stop will create could free up that thing and make it even more drivable. But we'll have to see how that plays out for him here.
As good looking as Josh Stoltz is, I'm not going to question his decision.
It's only gone down 2 degrees since last time you asked.
So what? It's 81 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the fact that we're almost into the 70s. That's the ice cold track. So.
Yeah, and the temperature outside is 78, so it'd be only 3 degrees warmer than the track itself, or 2 degrees cooler.
Green, green, green. Here we go. Look at how many drivers took that bottom line. Only 5 cars took the outside line, and Stoltz gets a pretty good jump right there. He's going to take about a 6 or 7 car length lead as they're 2x2 behind him with the 57 of Deitch and Price. DK. Oh, man, I almost just sprained my tongue. I'm from New England. I can't pronounce that.
Yeah, we saw Deitch with some bad damage earlier, so up to P2 now. Great drive for him. On fresh tires in the 57 car. He'll try to hold off and keep that P2 for as long as he can, as we see a car up into the wall. Caleb Carter, I believe. But just behind Deitch, Krawczak, and Caleb Sheets side by side. Sheets had a great start to this race, but unfortunately got tight or loose up into the wall. And the car, the car did not behave after that. Fell back, but he's up to P4 now.
He had a huge run on TK, and TK came down on him, took that speed away from him with a little side draft, and was able to get that position back. And right now he's posing 3rd position right now, looking on the podium. Deitch came out of nowhere. All of a sudden he found a bunch of speed, and there he is out front. We saw him around it not that long ago. A lot of these guys that are in the front, we've seen with damage. Bellinger, we've seen Sheets. I mean, really, everybody's been working on their cars. That 44 car of Lisby, he's back up into the 12 spot. He's had some trouble. In front of him is the 77 of Corey Mott. He was just around. So, Covarrubias, oh man, did I sprain my tongue on that one too. He's had a tough night. He's been around a couple of times. The 99, Mr. Griswold himself, he's still chugging along out there. He's getting faster and faster each time we come to green flag.
The 57 just hit the fastest lap.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
The fastest lap of the race that time by.
Yeah, man. You know what, though? We've got 102 laps to go this time by, so that's a long time. What he's hoping to do, I think, is get out front and kind of run out front. Stoltz and Kreisczyk, I think if those guys were to follow him, they might be able to break away a little bit here, and then you're going to play a little strategy for the end of the race. We've got 102 laps. You're going to split it probably in half, right? I'm thinking lap 50. Unless there's a caution or something, you know, you should have at least 2 sets of tires left at this point. So it's going to be whether or not there's green flag laps. This is a difficult track to come in from top speed, 190 plus miles an hour, to come in off that 4th corner and to break down into the pits and not lose it. It's not fun. It's not easy. We've already seen troubles. We've seen guys get into each other when it was on the yellow flag here. So that is going to be a huge factor. That's where the experience is going to take the fun out of the whole thing, really, to be honest with you. But up front, we've got Deitch, Stoltz, and Kreisczyk.
Yeah, Stoltz starting to look front, underneath Deitch there. And Prozac getting worked underneath by Caleb Sheets, so he's able to keep his 3rd position for now, but have a lot of fast guys up here not giving each other an inch.
TK is all over the back of the 43 car like a scorned woman, and here we go, trying to make a little bit of a move right there as we come across the line, and he's going to take the low line through 1 and 2, and it's working for him right now, trying to keep the car down low, and it's going to come off the corner, but unfortunately that outside lane is going to have a little bit of momentum, and they're going to be side by side for 3rd position behind him. That's what happened to TK. Yeah, he was able to get by him.
Yep. Kind of got stuck on the bottom there. Bellinger able to follow Stoltz past TK there down the backstretch. It's always a risk when you're trying to pass someone on the bottom here and you have a line of cars behind you. But now Bellinger looking to run the outside of the 43. He's going to have momentum off of 2.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to run the Hillary Clinton off the Hillary Clinton bumper sticker off the back of the car in front of him. He was going back and forth on that rear bumper and going down the straightaway.
Underneath the 57. 57 comes down the track. He's a little bit loose onto the apron, up the track now. It's Michael Deitch into the wall.
There it is.
Bellinger, damaged car. That car is damaged. Able to keep it rolling though, but Bellinger does drop back there, and Tyler Krausak takes the lead after all that.
Wow. I don't know what to say about that. I do not understand how that was not a huge wreck. I thought I saw 3 cars into the wall. That was unbelievable. Wow.
It's a huge pileup coming.
Yeah. Get ready for the big one. It ain't over yet. That's why Bogdan's out there still running 10 laps down, because he might be up for it. He's already gained a couple of positions, so he might gain more. You never know.
Yeah, Bellinger, see him back there dropping back. That car is damaged. He's going to try to get him to get that thing fixed. But up front, TK's leading this race with the 43 just behind him. Stoltz still showing a lot of pace in that two tire stop car.
That's unbelievable what he's running that fast. Watch the momentum he's going to get, hopefully coming off the corner, and he's going to be able to get by that 57 car. And remember, the 57 car wasn't that long ago where he ran the fastest lap of the race. So look how quickly he fell back into 4th position, and out front again for the 2nd time today, TK. He's got a little bit of fire underneath his butt tonight. Stoltz. I don't know how Stoltz could be out there with those only 2 tire change. We'll probably be talking to him at the end of this thing if it keeps going the way it's going. So we're going to have to ask him about that. Write that down in the notes. Uh-oh, Ryan's busted up laughing. What's going on?
Oh, just some race chatter.
Uh-oh. Is it something that we can say over the...
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I figured.
I'd rather not to be safe.
Yeah, look at these guys going out of here. Stoltz is all over the back of TK and just looked like he might have got him a little bit loose right there and backed off just in time. I don't think Stoltz is really worried about leading the lap right now. I think Stoltz is just trying to get away from Vasquez in that 22. Keeping Vasquez around at the end of a race, especially at this track, is not a good idea. If you can get him to lose a lap, that's going to be your best bet, because that 22 car is going to come up, and look at in front of him, Stoltz is banging on the back bumper of the 48 car, and that's not too good.
That was a close one.
Yeah, hold your breath, folks. A lot of it too is it's not intentional. They're just letting off at different times. Some cars handling a little bit better. We've already seen that TK, his car really runs well in a longer run, and so doesn't Stoltz. So Vasquez doesn't care. He just wants to run fast. No matter what, we got another caution.
See Corey Mott rolling slow down the front stretch here. Is that the front stretch? No, he's not in the front stretch.
That's on turns 3 and 4.
Turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, Covarrubias was trying to sneak in behind him and just accidentally left hooked him right to the inside wall.
Oh boy. I do not want to be anywhere near that Palmetto pit right now. Yeah, if Corey's yelling right now, I can see it.
I did want to go back here where we had this incident with Deitch touching the apron there. Go on board with TK here. See him get just around Bellinger coming down the track and shoot on the inside for the lead. So great move by the 48 car.
Yeah.
Capitalize on that mess behind him.
And look how he's handling that lower line like that. He's got a great handling car.
So that was the move for the lead. So we have some cars coming down pit lane now.
80 laps to go. I don't think you're going to want to, by the time we go green, it's going to be what, 85 laps?
About 88 laps.
88 laps or so. I mean, what's the distance you can go on fuel? I think it's 65 laps, right?
Roughly.
Depending on cautions and fuel, so...
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to try that. I mean, you have to come down at least one more time for tires.
At least.
For those of you who do not speak New England, have to, that means have to. Like, he may have to come into the pits. Here in New England, we say have to. See, you have to come into the pits. See what I mean? See how easy it is up here? You know, we're not as dumb as you think we is. You know, we're pretty smarts up here. Top 3, we've been saying the names all night. And, you know, that 26 car, he was way back in the field after his stretch of bad luck tonight. You know, he's in the catbird seat. We've seen it a couple of times where he's run up front, get taken out due to the fact that he's already locked in. He just kicked back, cracked open a cold one, watched the race. We know that because he told us that's what he does. The juice cone has not been an issue tonight. Mr. Taft, what do you think about that?
Yeah, we haven't had that many violations this go around.
Oh, we just had one violation on Jay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on. See that? I jinxed it. My fault. Oh, that is tough for him too, because he's been running so good tonight. So what does he have to do? He has to fall to the back? Is that what the violation is?
I think end of the longest line.
Oh, that's tough. Well, the way he's been running, he'll move his way forward again. He's got plenty of time to do it.
Yep, guys are getting spooled up here. Tyler Krosek on the inside there will get us restarted. His pace car is off. Green flag again here at Charlotte.
Now the 48 car got a pretty decent start.
Someone in the grass. Caleb Carter in the grass back there.
Yeah. The 22 got a great start, and he's going to have a lot of momentum coming down that back straightaway. Now, right now, he's fallen back a little bit, but if that 22 car keeps up the momentum on that outside lane, he's going to drive right back around both of these guys.
It looks like 43 Stoltz was able to clear the 22 and get him a block. Deitch now looking underneath the 22. And who's that underneath Deitch? 26 of Caleb Sheets underneath Deitch. He's going to cause him to go 3 wide, and they have to slow up just a bit, so the 22 is able to regain that spot. But Sheets now underneath the 57 through 1 and 2. He's going to take position 4.
Do you smell that?
Actually,
I smell caution.
Not so fast as Deitch was able to get the momentum on the outside there. You still see him running about a car length up the track.
Oh, yes. See how fast these cars are heading off into turn 1. Looks like we have 3 different lines through turns 1 and 2. And everybody's kind of... Let's see if they do the same through 3 and 4. I know the top line is going to be 1. Yeah, pretty much. There's 3 different lines around the whole entire track.
Like when you get real ballsy, you could run 4 different lines around the track, but...
Yeah, not a good idea. Vasquez is starting to get a little more racy behind Stoltz right there. They're watching
they need to be careful coming to 3 and 4 here. Sheets underneath Vasquez. Vasquez goes up the track. Sheets now underneath him. Vasquez doesn't have momentum coming out of 4, so let's just get out the wall.
Yeah, DK does not want to see that 43 car get through there. He was hoping to see them battle side by side so he could kind of sneak away a little bit. Didn't get too far ahead. Now he got the top 3 within a half a second of each other. Actually, the top 4 within a half a second of each other. And Deitch is just barely over a half a second. So if you blink, you're going to lose a spot here. See Deitch in the 88 car of Ballinger working that outer line right there. And look at the momentum he had come off the corner and be able to go down low, and he's going to get on the inside of the 57 of Deitch going into turns 1 and 2. These guys are getting pretty racy right now at the beginning of the stage.
Yep, Bellinger had some damage to that race car, the front right side of that race car. So he went in, got it fixed, and he's already driving his way back up to the top 5. Now top 4.
And he just slid way down there. I don't know if he was trying to block somebody or what, but he was down. Oh, you see a couple of cars bouncing off the wall right there.
Vasquez way up the track again. He's going to be slow in, but have a lot of momentum out. 88's going to try to clear him. So Vasquez is going to be there on the outside. 88-22 going into turns 3 and 4 side by side. You see Stoltz dive underneath Krozak there. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4 are all side by side as Bellinger clears the 22, but up into the wall.
Joe Wright, if you can hear me, be patient. You're about to get your lap back, brother. Just hang on. You're about to get your lap back, because we are definitely going under caution sometime real soon. And right there, you saw Stoltz touch
power move to the outside, around the leader into P1.
Wow, that was impressive. We haven't seen that happen yet. I don't know if The 48 car is starting to get tight. Yeah, I think that 48 car is starting to get really tight right now. And he's starting to lose ground because Ballinger is gone. Here comes Vasquez on the outside. These guys have kept it clean tonight. You know, I wasn't so much worried about TK tonight. I was hoping Nick kept his patience, and so far he's behaved himself.
I want to say TK had some damage on that front splitter. It doesn't look completely.
Yeah, right towards the middle, but towards the driver's side, it looks like he's got a little damage. I'm not sure.
It doesn't look as low to the ground as the other guys, but Bellinger has just completely checked out. He's over a second now from P2.
Yeah.
Now he did have newer tires. He pitted on lap 110, so definitely reaping the advantages of that currently. But the car in the outside there.
Oh boy, we got a couple of cars.
The wall. Caution's out. Some guys have to drive through the grass there to avoid any more incidents. But we'll go back and take a look.
Not sure what happened there, but that had the potential of getting really ugly.
One car went down
to the ground.
Smacks the wall there.
Wow, man. That was close. That was bad. We were just talking about how hard these guys are racing. I said there's going to be a caution coming out, man. So.
Yeah, but the sad thing for Joe is that he was part of it, so he doesn't get lucky dog.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh man.
He was right behind Garth when it all happened. Well, that started it, I should say.
Oh man. Well, he cannot catch a break. Don't know what to tell you. I can hear him now. Hey, it's okay. Just relax. I love Joe.
Uh-oh. Taft, you're getting some heat in the chat.
Uh-oh.
It says Penske type caution.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go. Do I want to know who did that? Who said that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who did I get a text from? Okay. Oh, boy. Let's see what it says. Samster Smith cheering on TK. It's had a lot to cheer for tonight. Penske type caution. Ryan, you want to respond to that?
There's a car sideways with other cars coming up on them. It was a basic caution. And that wreck could have been a lot worse than what it was.
I love stirring the pot. Hey, Dean, you know, we're looking for a race control a few other times during the week. So, you know. Ooh, oh, snap. I like that guy. That's funny. Oh, the fans we have. The fans we have. Well, you guys have. I'm just here. You guys are the talent. My mom always told me I have the perfect face for radio. Out front, the 88 of Ballinger, Vasquez. Holy sheets, look who's in third. Man, he has been beaten around a couple of times. Let's see if he can keep it up front. Hunt is another driver that's battled his way forward. Stoltz, He had those 2 tires and he's fallen back to 5th right now, still in a great position with plenty of time to go. 75 laps to go, 74 laps to go in this one. 73 by the time we go back. Just out of the reach of caution flags. There will be at least one more stop, whether it's fuel, tires, whatever they have left. That sun's starting to go down even more, which means the lights are going to come on soon. And when the lights come on, the track is cool. It's going to be a lot more grip, a little bit more speed.
Yep, and we saw Bellinger absolutely take off on that last restart, but he's now the guy with the older tires, so he's going to be in the opposite position here as we come to green.
Oh, you sneaky devil. You sneaky devil. I think we just had one driver dupe the field. I think we had one driver just dupe the field.
Oh, Jim Mott down to the inside wall. And drives back up into Tad Lisby.
Oh, man. Wow.
What happened to Jim?
I don't know. Maybe he spilt some fireball on him or something. You know, he got door banged right there, and he got slammed into that bottom line, and he was trying to hold on to it, and if he slammed the brakes, ain't nothing that's gonna do but send him right up the track. Tried to control it a little bit. Watch this. He hits the track. Now, if he slams on the brakes, he's going straight up into the track, so he's trying to straighten it out and just couldn't do it. Unfortunately, Lisby right there is just... I think Lisby touched the wall and it slowed him down. If Lisby doesn't touch the wall, he's going to make it by, I think. Let's see if I'm right or wrong.
Sorry, this is on board with Joe right. You see the one car there on the left side?
Please tell me Joe wasn't involved.
No, he wasn't.
No, so he gets his lap back.
By the way, it looks on corner exit from Jim. It just hooked on him, hooked up, and it just sent him straight into Covarrubias.
You want to see something scary?
Oh, man, poor Lisby. Oh, all I could hear him yell was, no, 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 no! Oh, man. And he got smoked, too. Oh.
Yeah.
You know, just when we're starting to see some real good speed out of that kid, you know, this happens. It's just, bad luck. Is it the luck of the Irish? What is Lisby? Is Lisby Irish? I don't even know. Dutch, maybe?
No, I think it might be English.
I know it's not Portuguese. That'd be funny if it was. But I don't. I'm from Boston. I don't even pronounce ours. Ooh. Now, Ryan, I keep hearing you giggling. What are you up to? You're hearing something that we're not. Yep. See what I mean? He's listening. Well, this is the...
Joe touched the grass going through the quaddle when I told him that he's not a lawnmower, so... But his cat jumped on his lap, which kind of startled him, so... Understandable.
Who did that?
Joe.
Oh, Joe. Oh, man. Well, you know, that's why... I'm not a cat person. I'm sorry. I need my dogs.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I'm a dog guy. You know, I'm sorry. You know, I'm a big tattooed idiot with a bald head and a goatee. I got my little Pitty, and I got my other little baby puppy. So that's what I got. And I used to be dead against pit bulls, believe it or not. And, you know, I'm going to shout out my man. Let me find him. Mr. Carlisle, the 81 car. I used to be dead against pit bulls. Nobody should own a pit bull. Pit bull should be outlawed. I got one by accident, and I have to tell you, folks, pit bulls are some of the most wonderful dogs in the world. And I know there's a lot of bad information about there. I was one of those people. I'm not saying you have to go out and love them right off the bat. Just do a little research on your own and just kind of just go in and meet one, or if you see one out, ask if you can meet the dog and just see how sweet they are. You don't have to get one, just understand they really are sweet dogs. We're getting ready to go green one more time with Ballinger on the outside, Vasquez on the inside, and Ballinger wiggles just a little bit, hitting the loud pedal, but he's going to still get away from 22 Vasquez and the 26 car of Sheets. Starting to bunch up, going into the corner right now. Vasquez working that outside lane. Sheets down low behind Ballinger. Not sure what's going to work better. At the moment, it looks like Vasquez, that 22 car, is going to have the momentum as it's a drag race going down the back straightaway, heading on turns through 3 and 4. Vasquez is going to drop to the bottom line as Sheets goes high, and I think it's going to kind of stall him out just a little bit. Ballinger underneath wiggles, but he's going to go forward as Vasquez takes about a 4-car length going off into turns 1 and 2. Right now, Sheets is trying that way high line right now. Usually see Carlisle up there. He's going to have a huge momentum run coming off the back, and he's going to get around Ballinger to take over second spot. Ballinger, Sheets, and Vasquez right now, your top 3. Vasquez, that 22 car, showing the way. We knew he was going to be fast tonight. This is his racetrack. And behind him, Sheets, that 26 car. He came from back to front now, up to second spot, doing everything he can to haul down that 22 car of Vasquez. Vasquez setting the pace in that middle line. Sheets taking the lower line. Ballinger right behind Vasquez, trying to catch up with them. These 3 cars are battling real hard. Everybody is front to tail all the way down the back straightaway. Going off into the corners. That's when they start breaking away, turn off into the corner. Oh boy, we saw one car wiggle away in the back. Not sure who that was. Able to hang on to it, but right now out front, still Vasquez and Sheets. Ballinger, Stoltz, and Hunt.
Oh, Sheets almost into the left rear of Vasquez there. He's going to be side by side with him coming down the backstretch now.
These guys are battling so hard at the moment.
Almost tagging the wall, but Vasquez able to stay on the wall. He's going to have the speed down the front stretch, trying to clear Sheets to the inside. Sheets got a fast car early in this race, had some damage that he had to get some fixes done, but back up to the front now, competing for the lead. Still side by side with Vasquez.
Oh, look, now TK is in 6th.
Yeah, TK's moving up. We know he has a fast car. It's good on the long run, and this is what he wants to do. He's trying to set himself up for that long run right now. He wants to take the lead and stay out front, but he wants to do that towards the end of this race. Right now is not the time. He's going to kind of settle in the back, trying to get his pace set. After his pace is set, then he can plan for the rest of the race. But right now, he's doing what he needs to do. But out front, Vasquez, Sheets, and Ballinger are still battling each other hard right now. We see Ballinger on the outside lane following Vasquez into turns 3 and 4. Vasquez is going to stretch right in front of Sheets just a little bit. Sheets and Vasquez side by side. That's a dangerous spot right there coming off that tri-oval as they cross the finish line. They're going to be side by side. It's going to be Vasquez by an inch coming off into the corner.
And he's going to enter way up the track, trying to get momentum down this backstretch. I think he's actually going to be able to clear Sheets here. Sheets slides back up ahead. So now he's going to take the bottom groove here again. Ballinger making that middle lane work, showing some speed, trying to get to the outside of Sheets here. And Stoltz, I tell you what, Stoltz is right there too. If Sheets makes one mistake here, he's going to get passed by the 42.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, absolutely. He's right on him. He's just waiting. He's like a piranha back there, just waiting for his prey. Any little wiggle, and he's going to be right by him. Speaking of the wiggles, I'm outside. I got my dog on the leash. Just a rabbit almost pulled me down. Out front, though, look at this battle right here. Oh, man. That is not where I want to be, but you know who's loving it? That 22 car. He's starting to pull away a little bit. Sheets is trying to break away with Stoltz behind them. They want to get away from that mess that's behind them. There's about 4 cars that have just been swapping positions back and forth, getting side by side. That is not what you want to be towards the end of this race.
Bellinger saves it. What a save by the 88. Noah Hunt just got...
Oh, no!
I think Bellinger got hit coming out of 4. I was just talking about the save there, and I think he just got taken out from behind.
Yeah, and I'm sure Tafty Boy's going to hear it now. Well, there you go, folks. That's a caution, and don't argue with the man behind the curtain.
Oh, Bellinger went flying through the grass and starts sliding back up towards the track with cars incoming, so...
See Noah Hunt here in the 35 and the 88 racing hard side by side. And coming to turns 3 and 4, I believe, is when the 35 got into Bellinger.
So yeah, that 35 car. The 35 car looks like he has a little bit of damage on that front end. Anyways, I don't know if maybe he just couldn't get it by there, and man, he almost. He almost saved that. He almost saved it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think that was intentional bump from behind. Those guys haven't really had any issues with each other, but Ballinger has been front to back. This is going to be the 3rd time.
Oh yeah, he was wheeling that thing the entire corner.
But what lap are we on right now?
We got 60 to go, coming to 59 at the line, so...
Ballinger's one of those drivers. If he comes in and pits right now, he's going to be able to finish the race. Just think about that.
Ooh.
All these guys are coming in now. Not
Sheet
just Ballinger,
stayed out,
Stoltz
stayed out, TK stayed out.
So we have 58 laps to go at this point. Now, some of these guys are gambling on making this their last stop. Other guys are gambling that there's going to be one more caution. So I don't know how many of these guys still have 2 sets of tires. Maybe some only have 1. This may be the last stop for some of these guys. Think about if we get a big green flag run and then a caution late. Man, everybody's going to come into pit no matter what, because I bet you all of these guys still have another set of tires just waiting.
I'm sure there's some that still do.
Yeah, they have to. This is where the game starts to play. This is where the strategy comes out between every team that's out there.
So taking a look at the new running order here, the 22 cars, the highest car with new tires is sitting in P5, followed by Noah Hunt and Jay Salmon. Carlisle also went in for tires. Deitch, Gibbons, Lisby, all as well.
Really want to see Carlisle be able to work his way up front.
Also went in.
Salmon's going back in.
Ooh. Might have some damage, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know if you can hear what's going on in the background here, if it's picking up on my mic, but I am paying the cheese tax to the mutts.
No, we can't hear.
I must pay the cheese tax.
Alright, coming back to green here. A little bit more than 50 laps left in this thing. Have some guys up front with older tires. Guys just behind them on fresh tires. A lot of speed in this racetrack as the temperature was. Is it still going down?
Yeah, down to 80 degrees.
Down to 80 degrees now, so a lot of grip, a lot of speed. So green flag again, hopefully for the last time, maybe. So we see Sheets get a great launch on the inside. Gonna try to do his best to defend that P1 spot from the guys with fresher tires, 22 car including. But Stoltz in the 43 machine also on the older tires. And so is TK, driver of the 48 car. You see Vasquez already applying the pressure to the back of the 26 car there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Vasquez is going to let off on this one. I think after what happened last week, he wants to settle down. And, I think he's looking for a reset right now.
We'll see what happens. Under the 22 there. Stoltz is on older tires, but still showing a lot of speed here. Go behind one of the pillars, but back through the front stretches. See the 43 still showing some great speed on the inside of the 22, side by side going through 1 and 2. Oh, and they actually touch through 3 and 4. 22 and 43 come together. They're gonna get stacked up just behind him. Bellinger there, right on the rear of the 22, pushing him down the front stretch.
It looked like the 43 got tight mid-corner.
Yep, that's going to allow the 22 to clear now. 22 takes second position in front of Bellinger now. Bellinger's also going to get the pass done on Stoltz. Bellinger, one of those cars that went down pit lane for fresh tires, able to pass under the 22 and clear him. A little bit loose coming down the front stretch. 22 still pushing on his rear. Coming to turns 1 and 2. Bellinger rides the bottom there, about half a lane up. 22 falls back just a bit. Now has Stoltz to his inside again.
These guys spreading out more and more.
Yep, Caleb Sheets about half a second in front of Bellinger, who's in P2 now. And Stoltz still fighting hard against that 22 car.
It seems like Stoltz has been in second place since the drop of the green flag. He's been second or third this whole entire race, just waiting.
I don't think have we interviewed Stoltz before, post-race? I feel like we always talk about him mid-race, early race, about being fast and up in the top 5, but I don't think we've ever talked to him, right?
At the end of the race. Well, we're going to have to take care of it if we get another caution flag. What's the over-under in the chat, folks, real quick? Do you think we're going to have any more cautions? Let's see what the people have to say. Man, look at, wow. Those guys behind them right here, this is where the battle's going. This is where your next caution's going to be, folks.
See TK to the outside of the 43 is Stoltz.
I'd like to see TK kind of, I want to see TK get around that 35 car real quick. That 35 car has had some issues coming off the corners, and he does not want to be on the outside. Come on, kid. There you go. Come on, kid. Oh, be careful. Now, if I'm his spotter, which I actually have spotted for TK a couple of times before, I'm screaming, back off. They're going to wreck in front of you, kid. But look at him, man. Whoa. Woo. That was luck right there that there wasn't just a wreck. Backing off a little bit. Going to regroup. He's going to start coming forward again. Don't worry, folks.
I think Vasquez got a little bit loose. Or Sheets got loose.
He got a little too friendly with the apron.
Oh, okay.
Man. Whew. I'm looking at the speeds these guys are running, and it's making me angry because they're still running faster than I can. Oh, another car, that 35 car off into the wall right there, and you see TK getting underneath them right there. That's what I was talking about. That 35 cars had trouble all night getting off that corner. I didn't want TK on the outside. He's fine through. A lot of guys are fine through 1 and 2. It's coming out of turn 4 that kills everybody. Everybody smacks the wall. You come up out of that hump, and that wall right there just sucks you right in. Vasquez trying to make a point on the inside right there. He's going to be on the inside of Stoltz. They're going to be side by side going through 1 and 2. Vasquez trying to squeeze it up. I think your chances of making a pass on the low side in 1 and 2 are about as slim as finding a Kentucky high school graduate with all its teeth. I don't think it's going to happen. You just cannot keep the momentum up on that bottom line to get through that corner. It just ain't going to happen.
Yeah, earlier on you might be able to do something where you can clear them and kind of throw a block out of 2, but as these tires start to go, you just don't have the ability to match the pace that the guys have on the outside line.
Yeah, no, yeah, just that momentum, that a lot more grip now that the sun is gone. Are the lights on yet? I can't tell if I don't think the lights are on yet.
They are not.
I'll tell you one thing. It's been so long since I raced on a super speedway. When the lights came on last night at California, I didn't know what. I thought something happened to my monitors. It scared the heck out of me.
I think it scared everybody when the lights came on last night.
I had a great run last night until Taft took me out. But anyways, what we're going to talk about is this race right in front of us right here. Ballinger out front. Ballinger out front. Sheets and Stoltz. Just to let everybody know, I took Ryan out last night, but I'm not going to admit to that really again. So that's the story. On the inside right now, that 68 car going low on the 22 car. All of a sudden, Covarrubias is up front. Where did he come from?
He's been running pretty good all night. Just had a couple run-ins with a couple guys, but doing well to put that car up into the top 5. Now sitting P4. But I'm a little surprised by the 22 car falling back a little bit. He's on newer tires than Stoltz and Caleb Sheets, but just doesn't seem to have the pace that those guys have. And with only about 40 laps left, really running out of time to conserve or not use up all the tire you have.
Oh,
caution's out.
Caution is out. Ballinger. Was it Ballinger again? No, it wasn't Ballinger.
Oh, we have Hunt around on the front stretch
Hunt.
there.
Yeah, I hate to say I told you so, but
Joe Wright on pit lane. Let's see. C35 dips.
Oh, it looks like no. Rewind that. The 35 touches the line on the lower line and gets a little squirrely. And watch this. Touches line and checks up, and Joe Wright. I mean, there's nothing Joe Wright can do. Man, he has not had a good night either.
He just got back on the lead lap. What, a couple cautions ago?
Man. Joe Wright has not had luck tonight. If somebody gave him a box of chocolate chip cookies, he'd run out of milk.
Yeah, he would.
We'll see if the 88 comes down pit lane. I think he has to in order to make it. But
Covarrubias stays out.
Everybody, Covarrubias stays out. He last pitted on lap 141. So
really,
he can make it on fuels. Just, his tires are going to be a little bit older, but he's going to have track position, as I'm sure a lot of guys are going to be racing extremely hard behind him, so being up front might be the best spot to be.
Now.
And Lisby stayed out also.
Yeah, if you have tires, if you don't have, everybody's gonna use up their tires by now. They can't be anybody left with tires. So I was thinking maybe these guys might have another set left, but really only 38 laps to go. It's really not going to have any time to get those tires, really, are they? I mean, it could. It is Charlotte. It's a big track.
Yeah, I think the call is just these guys are going to be racing crazy hard behind them. They're expecting more cautions to come out on restarts. Keep the car up front, keep the car clean, and you know, probably get a pretty good finish if that is the way things unfold here. But definitely a risk. But hey, I respect the call.
Yeah, you know, he can do it. I can't. You know, they drive in this series for a reason, and I drive in my series for a reason. I can't keep up with these guys. So his driving experience, I need new tires every other 5 laps. These guys can go a lot longer than that. He's been one of those guys that we've seen now. He's had trouble a couple of times tonight. Now he's back out front. I think he might have another set of tires left. So he might be hoping for a last-minute tire change.
Covarrubias has gone down pit lane 6 times, so he could be out.
Yeah, maybe.
Lisby has gone down 5. So he might have 1 set left. Though, yeah, I'm not 100% sure if these guys have gone down without getting tires, but...
Lisby has to have 1 set along with Bellinger, TK, and Stoltz. And maybe Carter, because they've all only pitted 5 times.
Yep.
No. We got TK a nickname. We gotta get one for the guy in the 68 car.
We can just say Cobra. I know it's not the same spelling, but
yeah, we could.
I always think of Cobra when I read his name.
The Cobra? Call him the Cobra? Well, he said he was, what, Latin American, right? Didn't he say that?
No, he said he said he's white.
Oh, did he? I thought he was...
Yeah,
oh,
he said...
I thought he said it was like South American or something like that.
Bill, you ever watch Saved by the Bell growing up?
My kids did. There we go. Take it off. Green flag.
Cobra with a great start there. He's out ahead of his field behind him, 3 wide, already going through 1 and 2.
I was thinking we call him AC. Since we call Tyler TK, we could just go Aiden as AC.
Oh boy, you
know, got 3 wide coming out of 4.
To the bottom, 3 wide, and we're spinning behind.
We got crash behind him.
I saw a car sideways behind him.
That was Jay Salmon who was getting sideways out of 4, bringing out the caution. But we were 3 wide up front. We'll see who got scored as the leader as we come around to the backstretch. Keep the cars slowed back down, and pace cars coming out.
I'm going to say this. If anybody says Penske yellow flag on that one, I thought I saw cars all bunched up, and I was thinking, I got an imaginary yellow flag button over here, and I was hitting that yellow flag button. Oh yeah. Oh, how did he... What? What? Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, good save by the fish man.
Wow. Well, I still back up what I say. I was hitting that yellow flag button. Wow.
See Carlisle get to the left rear of Salmon.
Oh, yeah, just that was... I think Salmon checked up a little bit, and Carlisle just ran into the back of him. If Carlisle was trying to do that on purpose, he would have kept going. Carlisle's not really we haven't seen him do anything like that. We haven't seen Carlisle in. Is there anybody out there with like a Burger King car or something with beef, where he's a vegan? We could start a little spat, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, if you've seen some of the paints on my cars, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like a Omaha Steaks car out there.
Well, there probably is.
Yeah, something. Oh boy.
But I can tell you what I'm ready for, though. I'm ready for that Gen 4 league that we got coming up.
Yes. I've thrown my hat in the ring.
Yeah, I got my hat in there also.
Yep. What number did you put in for?
I believe I got the 97.
97. I put in for the 40. And with the Grand National League with the number 40. Now this is basically going to be what, like the Busch Series, right? Or is it like we had before? And I love those cars. Always have. It's going to be updated from what I understand. Right? There's going to be an update coming out with those cars?
The Gen 4s are going to be the proper Gen 4 cars that they're going to be coming out with after this update. Then what we're doing with our Busch Series is that we're going to be running the old Legacy ARCA cars. So since the Legacy ARCA cars are based off the Busch Series cars from back in that time.
Yep. So everything's going to work out. And I love those cars, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm hoping to bring back a paint scheme. I got to find somebody to do a paint scheme for me. I got a paint scheme from one of my heroes who ran the number 40. So I got the number 40, and I'm really hoping to find somebody to do the paint scheme for me, which will be identical to this car that ran in the Busch North Series. And I kind of gave away. If you look up Busch North Series and the car number 40, you're going to figure out who it was that I'm talking about. So I'm really looking forward to that series. I love those cars, and I can't wait to go racing with them.
I forgot back in the early 90s, the Busch Series was pretty much what the ARCA Series is now, but just more divisions within the Busch Series as to what ARCA only has East and West.
Yeah, I even remember when they ran V6s in the Busch Series, and we got green flag right now. These are not V6s, and right now Stoltz got a great jump on that outside line as Sheets kind of bogged down a little bit. I don't know if Stoltz just timed it right or what he did, but he got a great jump, and he's side by side with Sheets going down the back straightaway. Sheets and Stoltz side by side. They're swapping positions right now, going back and forth. Behind them is Vasquez and TK, and they're side by side going at it. TK has the advantage coming off of the corner, and he's going to take over third spot right now, going through that one, and Sheets takes over the lead. Sheets, Stoltz, TK, Vasquez, Ballinger, your top five coming off the corners right now. Vasquez is a little bit high, so isn't Stoltz. They're running that higher line, getting the momentum off that back straightaway. Man, you see Ballinger duck back into line right there behind Vasquez. I thought there was going to be an issue, but it's not. Right now, you're seeing the 48 car starting to work on Stoltz right now. TK has been working on the back of that car, seems like all night. Every time Tyler's been up there, it seems like Stoltz has been in his way. Sheets out front, running pretty fast. We know he's fast everywhere he goes. He's tipped last week off. Comes back, and here he is leading the race. He's already locked into the championship with a couple of wins. Stoltz wants to get another one, and I know TK wants to get locked in as well. And TK needs to be patient. You know, he's fast every race. He's going to get a victory this year. I promise you, he is going to get a victory this year. Not sure where it's going to be, but if it's not tonight, it's going to be somewhere. The maturity that we've seen out of him this year, I just, like I said, I cannot believe the maturity that he has shown this year and the improvement. There's such a huge difference. He's someone different this year. Last year, it was like he was a field filler. You know, one of the cars that ran back 25th and further on with me in the back having a good old time. This year, he's serious, and he is up front and fast. Stoltz is fast everywhere we go to, and right now, he is working on the back of Sheets. Sheets was in the back, came forward a couple of times, I think. So A lot of these guys up front had damage, fixed their cars, and coming back. Carlisle's one of them. He's back in the 6th spot in the 81 car. Kind of holding on right now. Now, we have about 25 laps to go. What's your strategy, boys? When are you going for it? Especially if you're a guy like Carlisle or Salmon. Now, we've seen those cars be very fast. When do you start making your move?
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting everyone to just drive the car as hard as they can to the end at this point. I mean, you're not saving for anything. It's just by the time you get to the end of your tire's life cycle, it'll be the end of the race. So really, I'm trying to drive as fast as laps as I can every lap now.
Yeah, this is it. You think it's the race? This is the end of the race, or you think there's going to be one more pit stop?
I mean, unless someone has pulled some strategies to have a spare set of tires left, I imagine a lot of guys are going to be wanting to stay out, and you know, might even see some 2-tire stops as we get below 20 laps into about 15 laps left. So yeah, we'll just have to see.
Ryan, you're in race control. You're not doing anything right now. Why don't you check to see who has tires left?
Well, like I said, the only ones that have been 5 times. I'm sure they're the only ones that got tires.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love having fun with you guys.
And if I don't have tires, honestly, I think I'm driving this thing as hard as I can, trying to get as many spots as I can now. I don't think.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Yeah. I mean, you can try to save your last set, but
now if I am in the top 5, these guys are hoping to go green, and I think that's going to benefit that 48 car and the 22 car the most. It seems like those guys have a car that gets better on the longer run. But Stoltz has been very fast as well, but has faded a little bit. Now, Sheets, we really can't tell you how he's been because the guy's been beat up 6 or 7 times and had to fight his way back. So it'll be interesting to see how Sheets can do with that longer run.
Bellinger's making a move on Vasquez.
Yeah, Bellinger looking under the 22, going to try to get the crossover done here. He's going to clear the 22 out of 4, so Bellinger moves up to 4 spot, though he gets a little bit loose, able to hold on to the spot, though.
No, Vasquez has plenty of time. If I'm him, I'm just going to push Bellinger in that 88 car closer to the car of TK, because I want to close that gap. Keep yourself in position. Keep yourself close to the front. You know the old saying, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer, right? You know how that works? That's what he wants to do. Use him to get closer. They need to close that gap with that top 3. But right now, Bellinger is pulling away from the 22 car, and that's really not going to benefit anybody unless Bellinger can close that gap. Right now, TK is having a little bit of troubles keeping up with them. I think his car might be a little bit tight right now with 22 laps to go. So hopefully he's going to be able to loosen it up a little bit, which will happen once he starts burning off some of the fuel. Remember, these guys have a lot of fuel on board. We still have to go 22 laps. So as that fuel burns off in the back of your car is going to loosen up. And for some of these cars, it's going to be a little more drivable. As right there, you see the 43 car of Stoltz bounce off the wall. Not that big of a deal. He caught it in the door.
And the 48 got into a wall coming off of 4.
Was that? I thought that was Stoltz. Was that Stoltz or the 48?
That was the 48 of TK.
Man, I'm starting to lose it. I can't see anything. My ear's going. Coming off the corners right there. You see him get really squirrely right there, man. As my good friend Wes would say, that was a wiggle and a jiggle, and he still held on to it. Down into turn 3.
TK slides in the second now. 2K to 2.
Where did that blast come from? It looked like he just picked up another gear and took off.
Well,
and that's the guy who just hit the wall.
The 43 got loose on corner exit, so that ruined all of his momentum and speed.
Yep.
Love what I'm seeing right now. TK getting really racing. He's starting to see blood in the water with 19 to go. He knows that he only has one more car to pass, and he's led already tonight. But right now, Stoltz is starting to get angry in the back. He's been a bridesmaid all night. Second place. Hasn't been able to pick it up. But right now he's fighting real hard, but Ballinger is able to sneak by him a little bit. Ballinger is actually going to take that position, but he's not giving up. And again, that momentum on the outside is just unable to keep the momentum down low, and Ballinger's going to get by him almost as they go off in the corner. Make me a liar, man. Come on, Stoltz. Give a brother a break.
And looking through the stats real quick, Stoltz actually has not had a top or podium finish. The best he's finished is 4th at Martinsville. So always a very fast driver, always shows a lot of speed, but just hasn't been able to get it done.
I have a hard time believing that. That is unreal. Yep. Stoltz has been everywhere we go. We talk about Stoltz. Wow, I cannot believe that stat. That's going to be another driver that's going to win a race by the end of the year. And we still have a bunch of tracks just like this too. What's our next race that we have? Oh, right there. You see Stoltz getting right up on the back of Ballinger, and that's going to get Ballinger. Usually that would get you loose, and once you get loose in these cars, it's really hard to hold on to, but it looked like that ended up benefiting Ballinger more than anything. I think Stoltz had to back off a little bit before he drove into the back of him, but that's going to allow those cars in front of him to sneak away just a little bit. However, Sheets has got about a 6 or 7 car length lead. TK is going on that little higher entrance as he goes into the corner, using that middle line, getting that momentum off the corners. He's trying to catch up to him, but the problem is that these guys behind him are going side by side and kind of disturbing the air, and that's sucking him backwards, and that's allowing that car of Sheets to pull away a little bit. Sheets is working that car up. He's over a half a second lead now on this quad of cars that are just battling.
Yeah,
now they're starting to settle out a little bit. Yeah,
very fast right now, and probably made some good adjustments to that car to loosen it up as the temperatures came down, and still putting down great lap times. And Krozak, yes, very fast, just hasn't been able to run the consistent times, and they're starting to fall back just a bit.
Just a bit, but he's not giving up yet. He might be saving just a little bit. I mean, he's out front. He's in front of those cars. Maybe he's hoping Sheets is going to burn up his stuff. Sheets is running some incredible times with the amount of laps he has on his car. And to pull out over a half a second lead, is this going to be another victory for Sheets? And is he going to be back to... Have we had anybody win both races yet this year?
I think we had one back-to-back. Carlisle might have went back-to-back earlier, but Sheets has 2 wins currently, so this would be his 3rd. But obviously still 13 laps to go. Not a ton of time, but still enough time for something to happen. So we see 3 wide behind him. Nick Vasquez and Bellinger come together, coming out at 4. Almost
not sure what happened there.
A wreck there.
But you know who's happy to see that is that 48 car of TK. These guys now are battling side by side. This is exactly what he needs to see, because now he's going to be able to pull away from these guys, especially if they keep bouncing off the wall like that. Now, him bouncing off the wall is going to slow all 3 of those cars down. They cannot break away from each other, while the other car is starting to creep up a little bit more, and he might be able to catch Stoltz with 10 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, if we see a caution, it's most likely going to come out because of these 3 racing each other very hard right now.
And if that takes out those 3 cars, then guess what? That's going to leave Sheets and TK together. Although, you know, depending on who survives that wreck, that's going to take out a lot of very fast cars. And that's going to allow those 2 to fight for it to the end. And that's going to be a pretty good battle. I think we're going to see a battle by the end of this thing. Now we have 10 laps to go.
Yep, 10 to go. These 3 are still duking it out for top 5 positioning. Sorry, actually they're battling for P3 here. So Stoltz currently has his first podium in his hands. See the 88 get up into the wall.
Oh, into the wall one more time.
He's gonna get tight up into the wall, just kind of get stuck to it. Able to get the car out of 4 cleanly, but dropping a couple spots to the 43 and 22. Back to
Vasquez finally gets by him. Now Vasquez can work on that 43 car of Stoltz, and if Vasquez gets by Stoltz, then he's going to take a run at TK. And, you know, it seems like those two always get back. But you know what? Both of them have been very well behaved, you know, so, you know, it's good to see cooler heads prevail. But
see Vasquez look underneath Stoltz here. He's going to have the lead coming into 1 and 2. He's going to have to slide up and try to block the 43's momentum. And he's going to clear the 43.
Yep. Now, I hope TK is on that loud pedal because that 22 car is going to come pretty quick. 8 laps to go, and he's going to catch. Ooh, you know, TK has almost a second on him, so we'll see how fast that 22 car can reel him in. A caution is going to throw a wrench into everything. I think Vasquez can catch him. Vasquez running that lower line. TK gets the run off that higher line, but I think TK's might be burning off his tires just a little bit more, but he might be moving up because his tires are starting to go away a little bit. But now you see Vasquez go high and TK go low.
TK 2/10 slower that time. We'll check the times as they come across here. See the 22 basically up to the bumper of the 48 car now. So
yeah,
Vasquez putting down some great times, running a 30.43, actually the fastest of the field. Correction, sorry, Jay Salmon ran the fastest lap of the field last lap. But as far as the top
goes
5,
on the inside
Vasquez
of TK.
Showing a lot of speed underneath the 48 machine. He's going to take P2 from Tyler Krozak here.
Yeah, TK's just going to do the mature thing, let him by. He knows he's faster. He's just going to hang on and try to stay on to the podium with that 3 position. This is a huge day for points for some of these guys, and some of them need it. Not many people looked at some of these guys and thought they were going to be contenders. I don't remember anybody saying the 26 car, the 48 car, the 88 car. Nobody mentioned some of those cars. Nobody said the 67 car winning a race at the beginning of this year. Hasn't happened yet. He's been very fast tonight, and he's hanging out in 7th position. One of the best finishes we've seen him have so far this year.
Yep, 4 laps to go now, as Sheets has got a 2-second lead over Vasquez, so tall task for the 22. It's going to be very difficult without any sort of mistakes from Sheets.
Yep. Well, talk about, you know, the Iron Man of the race, the big heart. I'm going to give him the Marcus Luttrell Award of the year, the no quit, to Mr. Bogdan in the 86 car. He was 10 laps down, has made 3 laps back, and he's going to have a 14th place finish as it goes right now with 3 laps to go. So that's a good run for him. I mean, not a good run for him. I mean, he's usually faster than that, but the guy won the pole and has had nothing but bad luck since, and still going to have a decent finish. So congratulations to him, man. Good job, buddy. Out front, though, look at this.
Yeah, we have a lap car, Joe Gibbons, clearing the way for the leader. 2 laps to go now. Next time by, Sheets will be taking that white flag, making the next flag the official ending to the race.
Now, how many laps did we do tonight? I already forgot.
This will be 200 at the end.
It would be 200 laps. This lap race would be half over. Just think about that.
So white flags in the air. No caution is going to spoil this for the 26. Just has to get around the track in one piece.
Yeah.
And he'll take his 3rd win here in the
Carolina made
Cup
it look
Series.
Easy, man. And he got beat up a couple of times tonight. Had to go from back to front, and here he is. Once he got out front at the end of this thing, and he made it look easy. Right now, he's got a 2-second lead on the field, and he's going to come across Caleb Sheets, the Rizmeister himself, coming across for his 3rd victory of the year, followed by Nick Vasquez. Behind him, TK. Great finish for him. Stoltz and Salmon in a top 5. What a run by that 67 car.
Yep, great job by Salmon signing up for the race. Doesn't always show up, but when he does, always brings a fast car. But finishing P5, I think that's our last race of this iRacing season. So tomorrow is going to be a completely new build of iRacing, all sorts of changes done to the stock cars. Be exciting to see the changes. mostly the setups probably are going to be junk. So
yeah. And another thing too is from what I understand, they have a lot of changes to these cars. So tomorrow night, these guys might be showing up with a car. Well, they are going to be showing up with a car they've never driven in as far as a race with our series. So tomorrow, I got to be honest, where are we tomorrow? I don't even know where we are.
Should be Nashville.
Yeah, I think it's Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville, right? So Nashville,
yeah,
similar type track, not the same, a little bit more forgiving if you ask me. So not a bad track to have to go out with a brand new car on, in my opinion. There's going to be some cautions in the beginning of tomorrow's race. Just want to warn you now. So be prepared for that tomorrow night. But as far as tonight goes, how are our drivers? Are they in the booth yet, or are we gonna still have time to run through our finishing lineup?
Yeah, looks like they're starting to gather in the
2 of the 3 are in there right now.
All right.
Real quick, we'll just run down the top. We'll do the top. We'll do everybody actually. We'll do Caleb Sheets finishing first place tonight. Nick Vasquez P2, Tyler Krozak P3, Josh Stoltz finishing 4th, almost grabbing that first podium, not quite. Jay Salmon P5, Tyler Bellinger 6th, Stephen Carlisle 7th, Noah Hunt 8th, Michael Deitch 9th, Caleb Carter finishing 10th, Ted Lisby 11th, Aiden Covarrubia 12th, Joe Gibbons 13th, Hunter Bogdan 14th, Joe Wright 15th, Garth Griswold in the 16th spot, Jim Mott 17th, and Corey Mott 18th.
Nice running. I got to tell you something now, Ryan. I may not be the sharpest light bulb in the drawer, but I finally got that joke you made earlier about AC. Talking about Aiden Covarrubia. I like it. From now on, we dub Aiden is now AC. We got TK. Now we have AC.
Because he's cool. All right, let me pull down Tyler. All right, Tyler, in the booth, you got us?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, man, so great job towards the end there, just driving that thing, keeping the podium position. We saw the car, what was it, getting a little bit tight on you towards the end?
Yeah, so I think I want to say 20 to go. That's when I really started pushing it. I hit the wall. So I telling myself, please no damage. And then, Chad Knaus comes off the radio saying, is there any smoke? And I'm like, all right, well, got a little damage. We'll deal with it. And then, thankfully, Josh and Tyler were battling a little bit, and I was able to. That's why I was able to keep it. I feel like I might have gotten 4th if they single file out earlier, but yeah, I was dealing with it. Was tight. It just wouldn't turn. I felt no speed. It felt like
gotcha.
Coming off.
And did you have any tires left there at the end?
No, I did not. I used all my sets of Goodyear.
Gotcha.
Well,
okay.
TK, let me ask you something. I mean, what's up with you driving tonight? You got a cute girl watching something tonight? I mean, what's going on with you? Can you just you're ripping, man. You are on a tear this year.
Yeah, girlfriend of 3 years, going on strong. Just started a new job today. I'm really proud of her. Yeah, I'm excited. Especially after last week, everything's going finally clicked. I finally feels good to be back up here and talk to you guys.
Yeah, we're just waiting for that victory, and tomorrow night is Kansas.
No,
how do you feel about?
Nashville.
Nashville tomorrow night. How do you feel about Nashville?
I'm not really a fan of the concrete, just because how it's more of a technical track than it is. Concrete makes it more technical than asphalt, so it's a lot more slippy, slidey, and a lot more tire saves. And I've gotten a lot better with tire saving. And Ryan can say something here, but I used to burn up the front right and first 10 laps in a run. I was just running so hard, and I've learned. So I think we got something.
Nice. Now, don't forget tomorrow. Are you worried about the new update for this car for tomorrow night?
Yeah, I've heard some not so good things with tires about it. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I promise I'll bring it up after the race, and I'll tell you what is being said about the whole new deal that's coming out. And a lot of people are not going to be happy.
yeah,
So tomorrow night's going to be interesting. But I think if you're going to try a car, I mean, the cement. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be slippy. You go to some places like that, it's going to slip. You go to Dover, and you get a little bit more grip out of it. So it's
yeah. There's so
yeah.
much banking there. Cars able to load.
Yeah, so it's gonna be, yeah, I forgot about that. That's a very good point that you brought up. So tomorrow's gonna be interesting, but good luck for tomorrow, man. I'm
Hey,
I'm just waiting for you to win.
thank you. It's hopefully it's coming soon. It's coming soon. I hope.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Any shout outs you want to give before you head out?
Yeah, my parents, my dad, my Beth. Hopefully, my aunt and uncle are still downstairs watching. I'll be down there in a couple seconds.
Oh,
My girlfriend, uh, you guys up in the booth, Corey, everybody that runs the show behind the scenes. Shout out Nick. We had a clean race together.
Yeah, you did.
It was a clean race, and I enjoyed it. It was a lot. It was really fun racing around him.
Yep.
Hey,
There
man,
you
I
go.
didn't know the whole family was listening. I'm glad I didn't mention your OnlyFans page.
Yeah, I got a
He's
text from
dead now.
I got a text. I got a text from my dad about the devil's lettuce, so gotta explain that to him.
All right, man. Well, great job. You got a stage win tonight and come home P3. We'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, thank you.
Oh man. Oh
That was
man.
Tyler Krozak, or TK as he goes by now, finishing P3 in the 48 car. Great drive by him this evening. Next up, Nick Vasquez, driver of the 22 car, coming home P2. Mr. Vasquez, you're in the booth. You got us?
I got you. What's up?
Hey, man. So good job tonight coming home P2. Did you have anything left in that car, or was it just trying to survive to the end?
Yeah, we had. Sorry, the cough is still killing me.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, we definitely had something there at the end. That final restart, I knew that. Well, at least I was hoping it was gonna run green, and thankfully it did. So I was just trying to save my tires as best as I could, and hope that it would pay off in the end. Thankfully it did, but I mean, I don't remember what lap it was, but like towards the end there, freaking Bellinger and Stoltz are sitting there toying with me while I'm clearly faster, and I was getting a little aggravated, but I knew I just needed to keep my calm and just keep the tires under me and keep pushing, and I'd eventually pass them. So that definitely didn't help me trying to catch Sheets there at the end, because I felt like if I passed those two early on when I was clearly faster, I probably had something for Sheets at the end, but he was just so far ahead and there wasn't enough laps for me to wind him down. So at the end of the day, we got a stage win, good points. So hopefully that bumps us up a little bit. Can't talk, because I know unfortunately Zach wrecked out, but good points today. So can't complain about a second. Just stings a little bit. I was really hoping to win this, but good setup and everything.
You definitely had the lap times. As I was watching them coming to the end there with about 10 left. You're running the fastest laps there in the top 5. So had the speed, just took a little bit too long getting. I mean, it wasn't your fault, but just took a little bit too long to get around.
About 6 more laps.
But
you needed about 6 more laps. Yeah.
I was gonna ask, were you wrestling for adjustments tonight? Because the track obviously getting really cold. Seemed like you kind of had a slow car at one point, kind of fell back. I don't know if you were saving or what, but you were on fresher tires than a couple of guys, but you still fell back a little bit. Did you put any adjustments there at the end?
Yeah, towards the beginning and middle half of the race, I feel like we were struggling a little bit. The track is very tight in nature, so we ran a little bit of a looser set. But early on, it was a little too loose, so I kind of tightened it up, and then that kind of backfired later in the run, and it was too tight. So at the end there, whenever we had that final pit stop, I just threw some tire pressures on and then removed the wedge adjustments I did, and that seemed to really help with the the track cooling down in the nighttime setting. So towards the end there, we had a good car, which is kind of what you want. I'd rather be good at the end, whenever it actually matters. So overall good day, and yeah. happy to be here.
All right, man. Well, how you feeling about Nashville tomorrow?
See, concrete tracks aren't my specialty, so
yeah.
We're gonna have a good setup. I can feel that. It's just, I just got to put it together as a driver to go out there and compete in Nashville. I ran a couple A Opens a couple weeks ago when, we were here, and I got a couple top fives and stuff in the A Opens I did, but I don't know. It's very different, especially with the new tire model coming out tomorrow.
Yep.
I don't know how it's gonna be. So I think everybody's going in blind tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. How was that? That new tire thing. Now, Nick, I was a little upset with you after last week.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Guys, yeah, I think you. Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking
about. I'm glad to see cooler heads prevail tonight. Move on next round. Very proud of you. Glad to see that everything was squashed and was taken care of. So just
good racing.
Go ahead.
You got a good race.
Yeah, good race, man. Yeah. You guys, you were very methodical at the beginning of this race, and then it seemed like you had a little bit of damage, and it kind of slowed you down a little bit, and you never seemed to have the speed after that. Did you notice any change when you got that damage early in the race?
Yeah, I got it repaired. I don't think I had noticed anything, like really big about the car being different. I mean, obviously, once it gets repaired, it's gonna be repaired. Whenever I had the damage, I could definitely feel that. But I mean, we climbed up from we started like 6th or 5th or something, and then up to 2nd on that last run. So I don't think the damage was the issue.
Yeah, you passed for the win for the stage with the damage, so I think.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, but thank you to all the fans, my mom, my family, my stepdad, my girlfriend. She's watching. Everybody
Leslie,
who supports me. Yes, everybody who supports me. I appreciate it every week. I'd love to get another win before the playoffs. I know we're kind of winding down, so hopefully I can get a couple more wins. We got a playoff point today, so that's gonna help us once the playoffs start. But other than that, good day. I'm not mad at anybody.
Okay.
We didn't have any run-ins like last week, but we know that's in the past, so we won't talk about that.
Yeah. Good. All right, man. Well, I'll let you have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, guys. You have a good one.
Sorry, I had to cut it off. Glad... It was starting to go too long, but I know you probably have some more to say. Anyway,
yeah, I was just gonna ask if his mom's been allowed back in the chat yet. I know she got a little bit heated. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she's back. She's there. All right. So last but not least, Caleb Sheets, driver of the 26 car. We've talked to him several times before, so we'll pull him down. All right, Mr. Sheets, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. So obviously early in this race, we saw you out front. Got a little bit loose, chased the car up into the wall. Did you have any substantial damage from that?
Yeah, about 5.5 minutes. So
wow.
Yeah, it took. Thankfully, we got several cautions because I was pretty tight after that. Had wheel damage, so it took probably until about halfway through the race to got that damage cleared up and was actually able to fight with everybody else. Probably would have finished 15th if I hadn't got it fixed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bill. Go ahead.
Caleb, another win for you. This is number 3 this year. Last week, we saw you have some trouble, kind of got beat up, and you left the race. And I don't know if you heard what I said, but I said, this guy's got a couple of wings. He's going to go kick back, drink a beer or two, and just watch the race. Is that what happened, or what did you do?
Yeah, it's kind of been the story, getting caught up in other people's messes early in the race. Happened at Bristol, and then again last week with the guy overcorrecting into me. It was completely totaled the car. So no, I checked back in to see who won the race, watched the last couple laps, but yeah, I hated not being able to run it out and getting caught up. Like that was at the beginning of stage 2, I think. So that sucks getting me cut short like that.
Yeah. Well, another win. I mean,
yeah, great comeback tonight.
Are you going to leave some women for the rest of us, or what? How many races are you going to win this year?
Yeah. Some of the tracks over the summer are more unique. I feel like this was a really good stretch of the schedule for me. So hopefully Make it another one or two maybe before the playoffs, but I feel like the playoff tracks really line up well for me. At least most of them do. So I feel good about that and try to add playoff points where I can.
How you feeling about Nashville tomorrow?
Feel great about it. I think it's the last track before we get to really unique tracks. But I won the NIS race a few weeks ago at Nashville, so hopefully it can translate to tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the new build interacts with the setups that people already have, or if people get fresh setups for that. But be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, that's the biggest question mark. I don't know what kind of setup I'm gonna have because we haven't got them created yet. So
right,
that'll be very interesting to see who can create a good setup in the short spot. Apparently, the old ones aren't usable at all. So yeah. I guess we'll see.
Corey Mott might be competitive tomorrow. We'll see.
Well, if he is, I probably will be.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Well, Corey builds his own sets, right? I thought that's it.
No. And I don't want to rub salt in the wound, but I noticed Papa Mott finished above Corey Mott tonight.
Papa Mott also had a couple mistakes, but I mean, anyways,
oh man!
All right, well, we'll let you go. It's getting late, Caleb. So great job winning. I think that was your third win, right?
Yep. Third win. So yeah, definitely feel good where I'm at with playoff points. Had all the bad luck, so there's no way I'm going to get first in the standings or anything in points. But if I can rack up the playoff points, I'll be happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We so Tyler Krozak had half his family watching the race. Do you have any shout outs you want to give before you head out?
I didn't. All of my family is probably in bed by the end of the race, but I do appreciate you all broadcasting the race, and if they watch later, shout out to them.
There you go. All right, man. Well, you have a good rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night at Nashville.
Thanks, guys. Looking forward to it.
That was Caleb Sheets, driver and a winner in the 26 car. Doing well to bounce back from early troubles. Over 5 minutes of damage to the race car after hitting the outside wall out of 4, but coming home the winner tonight for his third win here on the Carolina Cup Series. So great job by him. But yeah, with that, we're gonna we're gonna call it a night, end the stream, come back tomorrow, same time, same place at Nashville, with a completely new build, new tire model in iRacing. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Bill, Ryan, anything you guys want to say before we head out?
Tomorrow's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting tomorrow.
Ryan might be busy in the race control room.
Real busy.